Yo, I thought I was mad funny with that shit the other day. Got milk? You ever heard that, right? Like when the hookah's milky or when it's bussin'?
No.
You know the hookah's bussin'.
I'm like, what? Why are you saying
You know about the hookah's bussin'?
Yeah, of course, the hookah's bussin'.
The hookah's bussin'. The milk is like when the smoke is milky. So I was like, yo, got milk? And she fucking like giggled a little bit and she was like, that's not original. I was like, my bad.
They never let you get away with funny jokes. Like, are you gonna, like, you know it's funny because you're laughing about it days later.
That's just terrible.
Should I pass this to you? Or?
Yeah, let me see how that's hitting right now. Yeah, you might want to like move it over a little bit. Oh.
I just remember her saying that it's gonna stay in her corner, so I was like, I don't want.
Yeah, I know. Like, what the fuck is that? I got this like Jimmy's Diner thing right here, right? Mm-hmm. And she was like, "Oh, let me just get my Zovig's corner." Like, you don't have a podcast.
Where'd you guys get these? These are cool.
Her sister made them for us.
Sells them more. But like, would she like? Could I buy one off her, or is it like? Did she make these herself? Or she did it online? Oh, okay. I'm like, I'd rather support. I'd rather support someone here to do it than go online. Yo, I hate if there's someone that does anything in person, 10 out of 10 times I'd rather pull up on them. I hate waiting. Once I buy something, I want it right like that second.
I'm the same way.
I'm still trying to pass this. I'm sorry.
Oh, let's get it. Hold on. This is so bad. We're recording right now. I don't know.
Are we?
Yeah, I like started it mid conversation.
Oh my god. This is awful.
Oh yeah, this shit's bussin'.
This nigga said got milk. That's
got
crazy.
milk?
That's hilarious.
That's a terrible one.
Stunna for vegan. That's hilarious. People's Twitter names be mad funny. Like Stunna for Vegas, Stunna for vegan. That's hilarious.
Stunna for vegan?
Yeah, because there's a rapper named Stunna for. That's hilarious. I love when people do weird flips. Like
guys, welcome to Kickin' It with Coog.
Hey. Yo. It's so weird always being on the other side of a podcast.
Yo, so we should do like a thing where like I just rob Kicking It with Coog for 1 week and you rob Jimmy's Diner for 1 week.
Please. No,
like and not let people know, just like do it out of nowhere.
Yeah, no, I'm down. This is like a 2-for-2 thing. We're gonna do this twice.
Yeah.
I think the next time though, because you don't smoke, do you?
I do.
Oh, next time we gotta smoke if we're drinking this.
How hype are you right now hearing that I smoke now?
Do you still have your straight edge tattoo?
Yeah, dude. Like all 4 of them.
Yo, nah. So niggas, I remember when he got the tattoos, and I remember just being like, "So what are you gonna do when you start smoking?"
And
like,
I was like, "Oh no,
nah, I'm never gonna smoke. Are you fucking crazy?
Cool
never gonna smoke the devil's lettuce."
I was the coolest nigga. I didn't say the devil's lettuce.
Yo, listen.
One thing you know is that I never knock people.
Nah, this nigga would be like, "I'm just never gonna do it." And I'm just like, "Word, I feel you." Like 7 months later, this nigga moves to Rhode Island. I'm just like, "Wow, that tattoo."
Yeah, facts. Nah, I smoke now. I just get it from the dispensary. I be like too sketched out.
Yo,
I think that's what I needed. I needed somebody to like a, you know how I am in my head. So I needed like a fucking someone closest thing to a doctor to be like, this is what this is, and it has this, and it does this for you. And I'm like, I bet.
I feel you. I feel like as it's gotten legal, I've smoked more. Like,
yeah.
I used to live with my mom. So,
but you don't give a fuck what you smoke though. Like you never know what weed you have, right?
Nah, I care, bro.
You do?
I care about who I buy off of.
No, I'm not talking about like crack. I'm talking about like if somebody laced your shit, obviously you care. I'm talking like you don't know the names of your weed.
So I like the people I buy off of, I just trust. Like I don't be giving a fuck because like I feel like niggas half the time make up shit.
Yeah.
This is the fucking Hulk smash pack, and I'm like, is it? Is this what it's really called? Like, is it like niggas be lying? So like,
nah, they do.
So I'm just like, I just be like, is it fire? That's it.
I don't give a fuck about the name. I know certain names at this point do certain shit, and I'll catch my girl off guard. She'll be like, well, how do you know that? And I'm like, cause I know.
Yeah, nah, I like it. Just depends. Like, if niggas is charging outrageous prices, I need to know what the fuck this is. Yeah. I need to understand why it's that. But like,
I'm surprised you don't have your card.
Nah, I don't. I'm lazy, bro. Like,
there's one online that you can get for $40.
Yo, I know.
And like some weird nigga with his shirt off FaceTimes you, and he's a doctor, and he's like, yo, do you have stress and anxiety, and do you like whatever?
Nah, you know what it is? I always think about doing it. Then I'm just whenever I'm about to do it, I'm like, nah, it's cool. The homies have it. We're good. Like,
all right. Well, add me to the list of your homies then, because I got you.
Oh, word. And that's another thing. Almost everyone has a medical card, so it's like niggas just be on Twitter like, I'm going to the dispensary. What do you need? Like, it's the grocery store, so it's cool.
I'll do that for you.
Yeah, I mean, that's how niggas. Am I wrong? That's what niggas with like dispensary cards do. They be amped. So
I'm amped to do it because I know when I go there, like
as you should.
I know when I go, there's niggas who are like fucking blowing a bag, and I want to do it so bad just to like flex, but I'm not gonna smoke it. I'm not. I'm gonna take like fucking 5 years to smoke it,
bro. It be gas. Like I hear the difference. The difference.
Nah,
it be gas. So it's like I understand it, but it's cool.
I'll get like one thing for the week, and I'm like, yo, I'm good.
That's another thing. I smoke a lot, but like. I conserve weed at the same time. Like I don't like. I feel like niggas still smoke way more than I do, but I be high a lot. It's weird. Like I feel like niggas be like, "Well, smoke 13 blunts in a day," and it's just like, "Yo, you're not gonna get higher." Like you're wilding. I learned that from you actually.
Are you more of the smoker?
Yeah. I think that's why, and it's like it's always like when I was around Richard all the time, I smoked a lot. When I was around my best friend Christy all the time, I smoked. It just depends who I'm around because it's like if I'm alone, I can be by myself, enjoy the company. I don't drink like that. I don't smoke like that alone. I'm a social person,
social butterflies.
Yeah,
but sure. Also not social butterflies too.
Yeah,
it's weird how that works.
Like I'm awkward, but I'm like very like extroverted. It's weird.
All right, this is episode. I don't even fucking know. This is the Coog episode.
Yo.
This is Kicking It with Coog on Jimmy's Diner.
I'm excited, man. I was just asking. I want one of these. Oh, Soulita's everywhere, Pete. Soulita's everywhere. Yeah. At my job where we work at, like we talk about her all the time.
Yeah, she's a sponsor.
Nah, I know, but she's the one, bro. Like I love seeing her. I love seeing her and her man win. I love this shit. So just everywhere I look, I'm just like I can't escape. How many times have Soulita come up in the last like 2 weeks and just
that nigga has 2 head tattoos. He's a savage.
Does he really?
He got one like 2 months ago, and then the other day he got another one on the side.
I remember I met him. We worked at Urban together for like a week because I worked at Urban Outfitters for like maybe a month.
On there?
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember meeting him and being
Why'd you work there for a month?
Oh, like niggas wanted me to like be at work on time. Shit was weird. Like shit was nuts. I was like, what? Because not for nothing, bro. I've always been such like. Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, I'm really good at working. I be late a lot though.
Yeah,
like, I got fired from Chewy. Like, my boss is like, yo, I don't want to fire you because you're so good at sales.
Yeah,
but like, nigga, you be late.
Yeah.
So with Urban, they used to like, count on a nigga and shit. And it's like you've been on Thayer Street, like parking's nuts. So
it's
and it's
black
like,
people time, bro.
Yeah, and then more than that, bro, Urban's working retail in big stores is
like that's why when I hear Dominican time, I'm like, just call it what it is. It's all black people time.
Yo,
it's true. It's what it is.
But yeah, we worked for a week, and I just remember meeting him and be like, yo, you're mad fucking cool. And it's very rare to meet someone, and I'm just like, yo, I think you're really cool. So like years later, see him winning and just like I like seeing people win. So shout out to we're presented by them. Shout out to them.
Yes, as usual, brought to you by Soulita. So let me hit this intro.
My name is Jimmy.
Where's the crack?
My name is Jimmy.
What the fuck?
Try's the greatest.
He is, right?
Try's the greatest, bro. I think it's crazy. I was at the crib last night. It was Manal was there, Talani was there, Kevin was there. We were talking about Rico Nasty, and I was like, Talani, you never heard of White Trash? She's like, nah, who's that? I'm like, he is like the one.
He's the man, bro.
I think he's a superstar. Like a fucking superstar. Like I
he
think
is.
he's larger. Like there's people you meet that are really good at making music and at whatever they do. Then you meet people and you're like, oh, you're a superstar.
That ass.
And he's one of the first few people I met where I'm just like, yo, whatever this nigga does, he is going to be the best at.
Nah, he's a beast.
Shout out to Try. I don't tell him enough, but he's the greatest.
I'm gonna have him on soon. You'll definitely have to be around for that one because anytime me and that nigga get on the podcast,
he's great.
Amazing.
We were college roommates for like 2 years. Yeah.
Where did he go to school?
We went to Rick.
He went to Rick?
Yeah. He was
that
like,
explains it.
I met Try the freshman year, the second semester. I had just moved dorms because niggas stole my laptop. If I ever find out who stole that shit, I'm gonna slap the dog shit out you. I didn't forget. Anyways.
I'll probably kill you.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? But I think about this often. But anyways,
yeah.
So I end up switching dorms and I move in early because I want to see who I'm living there. I have my own dorm. I see a black kid moving in. And this is Rick. So I'm like, holy shit, another black person. And like the first 5 minutes of me and Try's friendship, I did not like that nigga. And
why?
I'll tell you why.
Why?
This nigga came, you know how I am? This nigga came mad high energy, like, yo, what's good? I hate to be that guy, but you think you can help me with some bags? I was like, nah. I was like, I am not about to live next to this nigga for 6 months. There's no way. But then
his energy is
no
great,
wait. This is how niggas bond. He went into my dorm. He looked down. I had these pair of fire SBs. I forget what they were. He's like, oh shit, you got the SBs you be knowing. I was like, me? How'd you know? And we just bonded over sneakers, and that's been my brother since.
That nigga's the man, bro.
Nah, yo, try. I love you, bro. But I'm happy to be here, yo. Thank you for having me.
Of course, bro. I'm happy to have you. This fucking microphone's acting like right now.
Take your time. How's everyone doing? We have like a audience of 2.
We do, yeah.
Your cat's mad cute.
He's an evil little fucker.
I don't know. I think cats are misunderstood, man. Nah, yo,
So?
my
He
cat.
just be biting niggas for no reason. So
Nah, my
it's
cat's
like,
annoying as fuck.
It's not like he has any trauma or anything aside from my daughter just fucking whipping him around.
For real?
Yeah.
PB beating the shit out of Sade. That's all my cat.
Yeah?
P's violent as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
Like I seen her fucking. They got a new dog over at her grandmother's house, and she was just like bugging on that nigga. And I'm like, yeah, she's been like this since she was like 3 months. She was just gripping fucking animals, like getting ready to peel their skin off.
Does that worry you? Do you
Wear them like a Canada Goose.
do you be worried sending her into like public places with other kids?
Nah, cause it's like, yo, eat or get eaten, bro. I mean, I don't know what the fuck is that a saying? I don't fucking know. I made it one right now.
I can't smoke hookah during this. It's not gonna happen. I'm sorry.
No,
Yo, nah, but you right though, cause like even the daycare, they were like they sent home like a letter, and I was just
we just had this conversation about them being bullies the other day.
and I'm just kind of like he's one. Like the fuck you want me to do? Like ground him? Like what do these kids be doing? You know what I'm saying? So it's like eat or be eaten. Like damn, like I know one day someone's gonna come into daycare and he might rock my kid.
Yeah,
and he's gonna have to eat that.
What goes around comes
because he's been
around.
bullying people.
But then he's gonna go back in the next day and crack.
And
that
he's
shit.
gonna crack him, and
Probably shoot him.
and
I
they'll
don't
probably
know.
be friends.
Yeah.
That might be his best friend from bro with character development. Like we gotta stop treating babies like babies, bro.
Facts.
Niggas fight. It's cool.
So how's the COVID life been treating you, bro? Did you get it or no?
Yo, I think I had it at one point. I've never tested positive.
When?
I thought I had it.
These conversations intrigue me all the
I
time.
think I had it like last February,
Wow.
March, like this time last year. I think I had it. I was just wild sick. But the thing with me is I'm mad bitch made. So when I'm sick, to me it's always the worst thing ever. Like when I am sick, like I'll have like just a regular cold. I'll be on FaceTime my mom like you need to fly to me.
What the fuck is funny? Because I'm the same way. It is what it is. They call it the man cold.
Yo, listen, bro. Like I get sick like maybe twice a year.
Yeah.
So when I'm sick, I'm just like a nigga's dying.
Yeah.
But like I was sick for like a good week and a half. But the thing is, I never like lost like taste or sense of smell. So I don't know. But like I have yet to catch it. So I'm assuming that either A, being black has helped me.
Well, you saw what Sound shared today, right? It's
What?
like inevitable. Like if you had it in February, technically, scientifically, your 90 days is up. Because when you have it, you're immune for 90 days.
Mm-hmm. So
And
I'm not
after that, you can get it again.
Yo, listen, it's at the point where it's like I don't wish it upon me, but it's like all the homies have had it. Like, like you know what I mean?
Like, I kinda want it
Like
now.
all the homies have had it. It's like, damn, like I want my experience. Like I don't want it, but like shit, like everyone.
Like,
in the,
where's my COVID
It's like
at? What the
fuck. Like is my immune system that good,
Yeah.
or did I have it? A nigga needs to know.
Yeah.
But I think I had it. If I haven't had it and I don't get it this whole time, that only proves that God got me. One of God's favorites.
And God
Shout out to
shitted on
God.
me.
But
God shitted on this whole fucking
yeah,
house.
you call COVID bad.
I'm going through shit with my heart right now.
For real.
Swear to God.
I don't want COVID. Never mind.
It's like not everybody, but it is everybody at the same time. So like I thought I had it in February. I was saying it on this podcast for mad long. People listening know, like whatever.
No, you were saying
In,
that for a bit,
in
yeah.
February, I definitely swore I had it and it would make sense because the 90 days like passed and shit. But like I had everything, including the loss of taste and smell.
Oh wow.
But in February, like like they didn't it wasn't like out here yet.
Yeah.
But then recently they said that it's been out here since December.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like I had it and then it passed and then like I just got it again recently, bro. I want to say like a couple days after I finally like went back to work and everything, I just randomly started having like these random like irregular heartbeats, right? Like just imagine like a fluttery feeling in your chest.
Damn.
And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And I usually I've had it in the past, but like it'll go away in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I spoke to the cardiologist. They say like human beings.
Not the cardiologist. You got a
Yes,
cardiologist
nigga.
on speed dial?
I had to go to one for
fucking
this
with you.
shit.
I'm fucking with
It's
you.
crazy, bro. So they told me. Long story short, it's called PVCs. It's like a premature like heartbeat, and it like if you have so many in a day, it's dangerous. But like I'm not having that many in a day, and a nigga's healthy, so I'm good. Basically, even the cardiologist told me they've been seeing people with like different problems with their heart post COVID for like weeks or months after COVID.
That's wild.
Mind you, I had nothing going on with my heart while I had COVID, which is crazy.
Damn.
But
would you take the vaccine?
I would take the vaccine.
Word.
Only because I feel like they're going to start pushing. You got to have the vaccine to travel. You got to have it to go to events.
Niggas eat Taco Bell. I think they can do the vaccine.
Exactly.
Like I just feel
would
like.
you take it? You seem like you would take it.
Nigga, yes.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like, nigga, we travel and we love going to events. So that's one thing. That's like a big thing we have in common is that we travel and we love going to events.
The only negative thing I've heard is you might be drowsy, but it's like if a nigga gets COVID, I might be drowsy.
Yeah.
So it's like shit. I gotta take that
Bro,
out somewhere.
you want me to scare you even more? COVID brain fog is a real fucking thing.
What the fuck is that?
I swear to God.
What's that?
After COVID, and look it up. Look it up right now if you want. After COVID, you have long-term, like almost everybody has long-term effects, which is like called like COVID brain fog, memory loss, like all this crazy shit.
COVID brain.
It's nuts, bro.
Oh
Like,
wow, it's like it comes up quickly too.
I legit like I've been having trouble podcasting lately.
Really?
Just like even like getting to podcasting because I'm like, yo, nigga, I can't. Because when you podcast, you want your mind to be just sharp.
Of course,
like
absolutely.
you want to be able to just effortlessly like talk and shoot the shit. And it's like, yo, I can't even remember shit from like 10 seconds ago.
Damn.
It's wild. When you have anxiety or when you like smoke OD, it already happens.
I don't want
to you.
COVID no more, guys.
Yeah, it's bad.
That's just trash. But like, I just feel like I'm missing out. Like all the homies have had. No, I'm fucking around. I do not want that, bro. I am a big baby. I don't want none of that shit. I don't even want the flu. I don't want headaches when niggas is sneezing too much. When
Yeah,
niggas is
facts.
having like my son had a runny nose. I'm like, yo, that's fire and shit. And I fuck with you, my man, 50 grand. But you gonna have to stay away.
Nah, facts.
Like, bro, germs is not cool. Being sick's not wavy. Like having headaches is not fun.
It's not.
No.
I was just telling somebody at the shop earlier too, like before COVID, I would like take time out of work when I was sick.
Yeah.
If I was like dead sick, if I woke up with the sniffles or whatever, I'm going to work still. But like if I'm sick, I'm not going to work. It's crazy that like with COVID, you still have to worry about that. Like, yo, what's my boss gonna say? What's this? What's that? The third, like, nigga.
Ha. What did JT from the City Girl? Fuck working for these crackers, dog. Yo, I'm at the point with work, bro, and like not where I like. Shout out to both my employees, like shout out to Cure Collection, shout out to Tigger Bernard, but
Shout
yo,
out
bro,
to Cure Collection.
fuck these jobs, bro. If a nigga gets sick and you ask me how I'm gonna get to work, I'm gonna respectfully be like, yo, I'm gonna fight you. Like I'm gonna fight you, and give you
especially
COVID.
during these
fuck
times.
out of here.
Especially during these
Fuck out of
times.
here. Get the fuck out of here.
But it's like people who don't believe. There's still people out there who don't believe COVID exists.
Yo, until someone near them dies.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like and that's kind of like I remember when COVID like first dropped and shit. I remember being on Twitter, Kickin, and on the couch like, damn, that's crazy, niggas like that. But like, yo, once like shit got real, and I don't take nothing seriously, nothing.
I know.
So
that's one of the things.
Once like, yo, I'll tell you when COVID to me got real. Once they were like, there's no basketball. I was like, oh, nah, chill.
Yeah.
This is real. This is nuts.
They
Like,
shut down sports in general.
and then you see people like, oh, this is like a conspiracy theory. It's like, yo, you think America's like, yo, let's just lose money. Like, bro, everything shut down. Like, for the first time in history, everything shut down.
That
Like,
is.
nothing was, I think Dave and Buster's finally closed.
Yo, shout out to David Buster's, man.
For those who don't know,
Yo, me and Coog worked at the Providence Dave and Buster's.
them niggas do not close for nothing.
How they don't.
Yo, they'll be like, during the hiring process, they're like, you got family? Like, you fuck with Christmas? And I'm just like, why? Because we be open. Christmas.
There was a week when fucking, like, pneumonia was going around and niggas still wanted people to work. Like, that shit was crazy.
That shit ain't stop. They were like, that shit ain't stopping our tickets.
Yeah.
The fuck you thought? Yo,
I remember walking by Winter Circle. You used to look so fucking stressed putting tickets in.
I actually tweeted earlier, like, what was people's worst jobs? And I just want to gauge what
I
they
fucking
were.
miss Twitter.
Yeah, shit, they got you out of here, huh?
They're done. I guess because I deleted my account for 30 days, I'm like, donezo.
That's crazy.
Did you know that?
Like you told me recently, remember? Because I was trying to help you find
Because I closed the account because the account was like deactivated for more than 30 days, I can't get back on.
Their rules make no sense to me. Because they can delete your account for a year and just be like, haha, it's back gracefully. Like the Don Coochie page was down for like 7 months. Yo, bro, COVID was so boring to me because I didn't have Twitter.
Yeah.
Yo, I had to make another Twitter. I'm just like, these jokes even hit the same. My timeline's different. Like, bro, I missed out on like 7 great months of like pure, like unadulterated, like funny shit on Twitter.
I'm so mad.
Bro, I was sick.
Yo, they emailed me back. They were like, yeah, you can. They were like, we can't turn the exact same account on for you. After I wrote like this long email and I was like, yo, I can't afford to like lose those followers. I do comedy, like I'm a barber, whatever. They're like, yeah, we can't turn that account back on for you, but you can still use the tag NYMA Jimmy. I'm like,
well, why you do that?
I got a case.
Oh, okay.
But that was how I felt.
But I feel you.
I was like, what the fuck?
I'm just
what?
gonna
the neighbors? I got it.
What if it is though?
It's not.
Hey. But yeah, nah, bro, nah.
I was so fucking mad. So how's being a dad?
It's ill. It's my son's almost 2, so I think shit's fun now.
He's starting to get crazy, right?
He's starting to get fun. He's starting to become like kind of have his own personality. Like the first year is kind of boring. I can't lie. As a dad,
it is.
It's boring as shit. Like it's
they
like,
just shit and cry and shit and cry.
And more than that, they're just like high key on their mom's dick. Like that. Like they're like high key. They're just like they look at you and they're like chill. Like you don't have
like,
breast
you don't
milk.
have titties,
You don't cuddle me. Like chill. But now that my son's becoming like a real nigga, like as am I, we're starting to relate on things.
Exactly.
And more importantly, he's just starting to get his own personality. He's mad fun to be around. And it's like, you have a kid. So it's like, you look at your kid and you're just like, you could, with COVID going around and all this bad shit happening, you look at your kid and you're just like, well, damn, it's just not too bad.
Was it an easy transition?
To becoming a father? Fuck no.
Yeah.
No.
We real niggas. We handle that shit.
Nah, I mean, like, I think you can be a millionaire. I think you be super ready. I think you can have all the resources in the world and you still won't be able to transition. It's like, yo, you're now taking care of a human. You're never ready. Yeah, but bro.
It just like, you either have it or you don't.
Yeah. I think I tell everyone that's having a kid, like with all the like pregnancy announcements going on and me seeing these people in real life, I tell them it's like, yo.
Like when I hear about like deadbeats and shit, I'm like, yo, they just don't have it. Because to me, it was just like it just came on.
I think honestly, bro, and I say this to you all the time, we're cut from like the hustler's cloth too, where it's just like
and a good family, despite like I'm sure you have your trauma, I have my trauma, whatever. Like we come from we still come from families with like the same values, the same like no matter what, no matter how imperfect it is, like they kind of taught you how to be parents, good or bad,
Exactly, and it's like I think our parents. As I've gotten older, I've like come to terms like, damn, like I remember when I was younger, I was like, damn, I feel like my mom's like not like as nice as these other moms, but it's like as you become a parent and you see like the parents they had, you're just like, damn, my mom's like,
facts.
Like like my mom's a way better parent than her parent, and I'm like gonna be a better parent than my parent, and it's like they did their best.
It's like crazy. I don't know about you, but like when I was a kid, my dad used to be like, yo, like you think you have it bad? Like I had like my dad was like this, and as a kid you don't take shit like that seriously, and then you grow up and you're like, oh shit.
Dog, I used to not take that shit seriously until a nigga started adulting. I'm like, damn, ma, like, we used to have mad fly shit in the crib. You know how expensive couches are? Our parents had it, bro. Straight up.
Bro, not too long ago, I got couches at Rent-A-Center.
Yo, hear you. Same.
You pay like 30-something a month, and you're like, what, or a week or whatever, and you're like, what the fuck am I doing? Because couches are that expensive.
Nigga, couches are so expensive. And it's like, I sit back and just look at the shit that we had in the crib. I'm like, damn, ma, like you was out here really like getting to it. And it's like, that's the beautiful thing about our parents is like, they did what they had to do. And it's, now that I'm a parent, it's like, I have that same like drive within me. Like I was doing Europe, working brass and cured all while trying to be a dad at the same time. So the first year was stressful as shit.
Yeah. But then the transition was easy though.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I am lucky to say that my son's a really easy baby. Like he doesn't cry. Yeah. He's.
But I mean, like the life you were living before. Yo, it's like when I think about the transition, it's like I going into like becoming a dad. Like I thought about it like, yo, damn, I was just wilding out, and then I became a parent, and I'm like, it just came naturally. When I see other people like they were just wilding out and then they just become deadbeats, is like I must have not been that bad. Like, I thought I was wilding out.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure you probably thought you were wilding out. And then you look bad and you're like, yo, I'm sure people do worse because there's people just out here not fathering their kids.
I mean, I was wilding out. Like, we were young and shit. So, like,
Yeah.
we both, but, like, I don't think we were ever wilding out and not being, like, responsible. And I guess, like, you could argue you didn't wear condoms. So, like, that was the unresponsible part. But, like, we were always
definitely caught AIDS or something.
Yeah, for sure. But, like, you know, we caught babies. That's just lit. Shout to that. But, like, we were.
Would you rather catch a baby or an STD?
The fuck? I love my son. I'll take another baby before I take STD. You crazy?
Yo, you know I tell people that all the time. They're like, yo, some of them are curable. I'm like, I don't even want the curable one.
Nah, nigga, bro. Like,
maybe that's like the hypochondriac in me, but like I do not want the curable one.
I don't like bro. I get headaches and I'm like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Anything that sounds like that's not.
So imagine if like your dick's itching.
Nah, bro. That's just not. That's just not jig. I can like, yo, like knock on wood. Like I have through my time of wilding, nothing. Yeah, God got me. Shout out to him. You can pour one out for that.
Hold on, let me play the fucking New York music. Oh my God.
But nah,
God
man.
just shits on me. That's what you're basically telling me this whole podcast.
Nah, bro. Listen, bro. Like,
God got me.
God got me,
God
bro.
don't got Jimbo, but God got me.
Listen, bro. Y'all stay safe.
I did get. It was just a curable one.
Nah,
I talk
bro.
about whatever on this podcast, so don't
Nah,
get
bro.
It was a
like,
curable one.
What was it?
The clap.
What is that? Is that
Chlamydia.
Oh, nigga, that's like
You
bottom,
get like a shot in the
that's
ass.
like
But
bottom.
like I'm a baby.
Like
I don't
that's
fucking.
bottom. And even that, like I
wouldn't get it again.
No, but like when you say STD, like that's like almost as like getting the flu. Like nigga, like when you say STD, I think of like shit that's gonna kill me. Even though I don't want chlamydia either. I don't want any of that shit. But like at least that is like 1 in 4 of these people. 3 of us have probably had it. That's like it's everyone gets chlamydia. It's crazy. I remember I did a statistic on it because I'll never forget my
I feel like it's that one STD that like you're the lucky one in this room. Clearly, I feel like it's the one STD that most people like have to get.
I feel like
for them to be like, yo, you got to wear condoms.
I feel like teenagers get it. Like I feel like when you're like wilding in like high school and shit.
I didn't get it when I was a teenager,
Really?
but I wasn't wilding in high school though.
That because all the
I was
homies.
a soft. You remember I was a soft ass nigga in high school.
True. I mean, you're still like a soft nigga. You
I
just,
am.
Yeah.
But there's been times of my life that I've been like hoeing around.
Yeah. You were always a lover boy though.
I was.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there isn't. I guess that's why, like, I don't know. Like, I think about that shit too. Like, maybe that's why I ended up like having like a daughter.
I think you're lucky you had a daughter, bro.
I'm definitely lucky.
I wanted a daughter so bad.
You did?
Yeah. I have 3 brothers, 1 sister. I have all niggas in my family and like all the women, the minimal women in my life. I love OD. Like, shout out to my brothers. I fuck with y'all and shit, but like, there's no women in my family. There's like, I think there's like 25 like dudes in our family of all the grandchildren and like 6 girls. And my mom has not 1 daughter. So I was like, damn, and I'm competitive. So I was like, if I can be the nigga that makes my mom a grandmother first and I give her a daughter, double whammy. But like, shout out to P, he's lit. I can't lie to you. I wanted a daughter until they told me I was having a son. If that makes sense.
So when you were like, let's go.
I wasn't like, yeah, I mean, I was with whatever, like 50-50. Like you really don't have much of
That's like the whole legacy thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? That your name goes down and shit.
And I had his name picked out already.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was never.
What if it was a daughter, if you don't mind me asking, unless you're tucking that away for like
Oh no, I mean, because I ended up naming my cat it Sade.
Okay.
Yeah, it was between Pharrell and Sade. It was never any other option. That was the one decision I had. I told P's mom, I'm like, listen, like, you can decide whatever you want. I'm naming this kid. And I'm going to name any kid I have. I pick a name.
I want to be able to have that power. But I'm a soft ass nigga, so. But that's like probably the one day that I'm gonna be like, yo, no.
That is the like more than anything, it was my only request.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, yo, this is a cool name. This is my favorite person.
Like I love my daughter's name, but it's a white ass name.
Did you have any say in the name at all?
I had like.
What's her? If you don't mind me asking, what's her full name?
Alexandria Michelle Luca.
Damn, Michelle.
White as fuck.
Damn, she got the Danny Tanner middle name. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yo, this nigga.
Damn.
This nigga also loves Bob Saget.
Yeah.
You know, I was looking back for the pictures for of the picture that we took with Cassie and shit on the Facebook, like I just saw all of our little like screenshots with like anything that had to do with Bob Saget.
Yeah, nah, it was a time. It was an era. He's the guy. He's funny as shit.
I love Bob Saget.
I like really weird things. Like I like right now, like I guess my biggest like
I love weird things.
Yeah, my biggest random fandom is like being a Ray J fan.
Yeah.
But it's like
It's better than mine.
Who's yours right now?
R. Kelly.
So it's weird because it's like
I know.
Is it the music thing?
It's some music. Nah, I don't like him.
Okay. Nah, because it's like I've seen people talk about R. Kelly.
I just can't cancel him when he did something as clever as Trapped in the Closet.
It's weird. It's one of those things where it's like when does separating the music and art start and end? Because it's like there's so many other people that I see people support, and I'm just like,
exactly. That's what the fuck I try to say.
And I'm just
this is gonna be a good podcast.
But by all means, I'm not saying keep that nigga, like, don't free that nigga, keep that nigga locked in forever. But it's like, bro, like if Ignition Remix comes on at the function, I'm not gonna look at the DJ side. That's a fucking amazing record,
exactly.
dog. Like, dog, it's such an amazing record that I've been at like Roger Williams and someone was doing karaoke and this random white dude. It's a fucking banger, dog. Like, it's like I can't sit here and just lie and be like, if an R. Kelly song comes on, I might feel weird for a second, but it's like that nigga makes beautiful music. That being said, don't free that nigga. He's an awful human being, and like, everything happening to me deserves.
Trapped in the Closet, bro.
Nigga, Ignition Remix, like
7 o'clock in the morning,
bro. Like he's one of the greatest singers of all time. But he's a bad person. That's it. But it's like
I'm stretching and yawning in a bed that don't belong to me.
Yo, he's alone on this one.
Trapped in the Closet,
nigga, bro. R. Kelly makes amazing music.
He does.
I don't think anyone will ever go on wax and be like, "Yo, fuck that nigga and his music sucks." Everyone will collectively be like, "Yo, he's the one."
Fuck that nigga. Yeah, but his music.
But the music's good, bro. Like like "Step in the Name of Love" comes up at the wedding. Like, bro, niggas is stepping in the name of love. It's a fuck, bro. I Believe I Can Fly.
Song. Yeah.
Like, you gonna take that from me? You can't take Space Jam from me.
Yeah. I remember, like, I met my girl, shamelessly, I will say I met my girl, like, through the dating app thing.
Like Tinder and shit?
Bumble.
Okay, that one's, like, classier.
I guess. Yo, isn't it funny that there's, like... So you've had your, like, fair share of dating apps?
So Bumble was weird for me because it's just, like...
They're, like, asking you to be aggressive.
Yeah, it's, like... honestly, dating apps with me were always very weird because it's, like...
Oh, no, they're asking girls to be aggressive.
That and more or less just kind of, like... This is gonna sound mad weird, but dating apps with me, there's never anything I've ever found on these apps for me. It's always like,
yes,
like where I am in life.
Like for example, what I was getting at is like one time I told the girl I was into R. Kelly and she was like, "I'm good."
I mean, like yeah, but like my nigga, like you just can't say these things.
Nah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like these just are things you can't say.
But it's like I like to be open about my flaws, and one of the flaws is like I fuck with Traps in the.
I don't think it's a flaw to like his music. The reason he got away with everything for so long is because niggas liked his music. If that nigga like, bro, like if that nigga made bottom tier music, we would have been got him out of here.
Yeah,
we would have been like, he's
facts.
doing what?
Like, you know what? Fuck out of here.
Honestly, if you want my opinions on the R. Kelly shit, just watch the Boondocks episode because it's like it captures perfectly how niggas feel.
Yeah. There's
like the one side where it's like, this is morally not okay. And it's never not been okay. It's fucking awful. And again, keep that nigga locked up. But music's really good. And it's like, it's not just good, like it's okay. It's like phenomenal music. We're gonna get canceled, bro. Why are you doing this to me?
I'm sorry.
It's cool.
I don't like edit anything out of these podcasts, just so you know.
Bro, it's cool. I would say that on Twitter. I like his music. He makes good music at the end of the day. He's a shitty human being.
So back to our kids.
Yo, please, like, let's not like go from R. Kelly to our kids. Anything else? Anything else? Like any other segue? This is really good, by the way.
It is, right? It's mad smooth. I want to get more fucking pineapple. Fuck, I should have brought another can. It's so smooth, but I just can't. Drinking it straight, I feel like a fucking savage.
Yo, you are a savage. Yo, can we talk about how long we've known each other?
How long has it been? Damn, like
when we became friends on social media, we were like Facebook wasn't a thing yet. We were like MySpace friends.
The funny shit is like when we became friends on social media, we became like dead boys. Like there wasn't any like there was never like evolution to our friendship. It was like when we became friends, that's when we became dead boys.
I always say guys become friends really quickly.
Yeah.
And it'd be like that has to be like forever bonds off like dumb shit. Like you like wrestling, I like wrestling too. But honestly, I think we became friends because we liked a lot of shit that niggas used to get clowned for very early. And we were very open. Like one thing, you were always very like, I like wrestling. Niggas be like, you watch this fake shit, and I'd be in the comments like, yeah, what about it? Like
facts.
we just liked what we like, and we weren't afraid to say that.
We say what, like 2000 and
I would say
2008, 2009.
I met you 08, 09 because when
so it's been over like 10 years already.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Because I was living in Atlanta, but I came back and I went to Alejandra's Christmas party. That's when I met you. I remember that very vividly because I remember like coming back and being like, "Oh, you're the nigga from New York," and you're like, "Oh, you're the homie from Atlanta." I was like, "Oh, word!" Like, fine, like, and we had been like MySpace friends, but
and I was making music.
Yeah, not yet. You were like about to start.
I was about to start. Yes,
you were like slowly transitioning.
My girl has this like obsession with looking into like Spitta, and there's nothing out there anymore.
Yo, wait, like have you not heard records?
Put her on game. But just like tell her something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get pineapple juice real quick.
So like I feel like every podcast I'm on, I talk about the dope Spitta Lex era because it was an era like niggas like lived through it. I've seen it happen in real time. It was this nigga had like Cranston East on lock for like. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? This nigga had Cranston. Did you not, yo, bro? Like this nigga announced a project with fucking Will Naylor, and like everyone was like, "Oh my god!" It's like the Watch the Throne for these niggas. Shout out to Will. Shout out to bro. You guys did a record for my the TDM project, which I still have. Nah, honestly, bro. Like the thing with what do you call yourself on this show? Like I call you, but like I call you James. I call you Dope Spitta Lex.
You call me James. There's a couple people on the show already who've come on. They're like James. I'm like whatever, bro.
So this nigga is the man.
I'm gonna just call
names.
it like James's Diner.
Nah, this Jimmy's Diner. But anyways, so like the thing that I've always fucked with about him is like he's always been good at everything he does. So when he took up rapping, like at first I was like,
that's a lie.
Nah, at first when you started rapping, niggas was like, I don't know, family. But then like you really got decent, and then out of decent you got good, and then you quit, and I was like, word. And then you started doing podcasts. Like you have your foot in a lot of shit. I fuck with that.
I feel like the comedy shit is definitely like, I mean, I've stuck to it, so that's like the.
I think comedy's good for you because even when you rapped, you were very like punchline based. You were very you were very like, haha, that's a good. You know what I mean? So like you've always just been a funny person.
I remember when I like I think one of the things that made me like accept like comedy's your thing. Yeah, go ahead. Oh yeah. Was like I remember even when I rapped, it was like offensive when people would be like, "Yo, that shit's mad funny, bro," and I'm like, I don't want it to be funny. I want niggas to think like I'll kill them, but that's not me. I'm from Harlem, but I don't kill niggas.
I always forget you're from like I know you're from. I always forget you're from like actually Harlem.
Harlem, yeah.
That's crazy.
And then Washington Heights.
Do you miss New York?
I do.
You miss New York?
I do. You miss Atlanta?
Yeah, I try to go to Atlanta. Like,
would you live there though?
Yeah, hell yeah, absolutely.
I feel like I would live in New York like if I wasn't struggling.
If you wasn't struggling?
Yeah, because like New York is mad expensive. That's the only thing that would keep me from like not.
Yeah, nah, bro. I have zero ambition to ever live like in any of those types of states, like the New York.
Atlanta is Atlanta expensive or not? It's not.
Houses are mad cheap out there, bro.
In Atlanta, the city though, in the actual city,
bro, houses are cheap out there.
What?
The cost of living in Georgia is like not as expensive as out here, and it's like, yeah, nah, Georgia's beautiful, bro. Like the down south, all those everything, like they're just the economy's better. Like
the only thing I would not be good with is the heat.
Yeah, I can't lie to you. Atlanta summers are brutal.
Because it's mad humid, right?
They're not near water, yeah, like at all. There's like the only beaches they have there that I've seen are like man-made beaches, which I don't even know what the fuck that is. Still,
man-made beaches.
It's a thing. Yeah.
What do they make it with?
Men, I guess. I don't know. I've never.
The first thing that comes to mind, and it's probably because I'm still immature, is like when you pee, it just stays there.
So, I'm assuming they like import in sand and I don't know. I really don't. Can we Google? Does anyone know? I don't. Like no one. There's four of us here. None of us know. I don't know. Like I remember the homies were like, "There's man-made beaches here," and I'm just like, that doesn't even sound sanitary. Like what the fuck is that? There other lake. I have
that's the first thing that came up. Man-made beach in Georgia.
Yeah, bro, it's a thing. I'm sure.
Robin Lake Beach is the world's largest man-made white sand beach. Besides swimming and lounging, there is a playground, giant chess set, miniature golf, table tennis, and shuffleboard. They didn't mention like if the water is filtered. So if I pee in that water, someone else is gonna just like have it in their mouth.
Essentially.
R. Kelly.
This is gonna be a long podcast.
That's fucking crazy.
Yo,
they gotta have like a filtration system. How do you like? I just want to understand. Huh?
Wait, beaches or pools?
Beaches or pools?
Pick one. I don't like beaches
It's
at all.
so funny because that's one of the things we also had in common too is like I fucking could not stand beaches my whole life. But like I love how much my daughter loves beaches. But I also feel like I'm noticing her, which we notice in our kids a lot, is like we notice a lot of things that they start to become like us. She's definitely starting to like towards the end of the summer, she started like you could tell she kind of like didn't like beaches like that. Because we'd be there for like an hour or two, and then she'd be like, when are we going home?
Hey, that's all my beach experiences. I'm like,
Same,
this is cool. Like, I guess
I've always been the one person in the group. That's why even now, like when people want to go to the beach, I'm like, yo, I'll drive there.
There
like,
is no beach in Rhode Island worth driving to. So when niggas tell me they want to go to the beach, I'm
Yeah.
like, where are we traveling to? Because there's no fucking way I'm spending a day driving Scarborough. You got me fucked up,
yeah, that's where you fucked up though. Scarborough.
bro. Like, there's like, but listen, and,
You agree, right?
but like, what's the nicest beach that's like within? Remember, I'm a Rhode Island nigga at heart, so anything over 40 minutes is a road trip. I'm just like,
Nah, under 40 is Galilee.
really?
Right under 40 minutes. Like 40 minutes if it's traffic. Like right there, it's 40 minutes. If
I
it's
would
traffic.
try this Galilee place you speak of.
Galilee, yeah. It's dope.
That you speak
There's
of.
mad food.
Okay, I can fuck
So
with
like,
food.
yeah, exactly.
Yo, bro, and I think I said this when I did a mukbang with my homie Talani. When it comes to beaches, I'm mad bougie, bro. Like, I'm not bougie to a lot of things. When it comes to beaches,
But
I
how
am.
so? Because I want to hear this.
Nigga, I need the water to be fucking beautiful. I need the sand to be beautiful.
Same.
So like, my thing is, if I like, why am I traveling to the beach when
Same.
it's like, nah, bro, I'll go. Like, I prefer pools. Pools are
Same.
cool. I like
Nah, I
pools.
definitely.
And I like to swim. Like, I like big pools that I can swim
The
in.
short answer is pools for
Always.
sure.
Always.
Like, I'm picturing myself at like 40. I have my own crib. I have my pool. Meaning, don't invite me to the beach.
Listen to me. To me, a sign of wealth, and I know this is like, because I'm a kid at heart. But to
Yeah.
me, like, if you have a pool in your crib, you're rich. Like, that's
Yeah.
it.
I
Like, you
mean,
made
like,
it in life. That's it.
My house could be falling apart maybe at 40. You know what I'm saying?
But if
like,
you have
I'll
a
that
pool,
though.
listen, yo, pools and like fridges with ice in it are like.
Like
to
you
me,
might
are
go
like,
to my bath. You might come to my crib and be like, "Yo, Jimmy got the pool. Let's go." You go in the pool, and then when you go to the bathroom, there's like a roach chilling on the fucking.
But you have a
windowsill.
pool.
Exactly. That's it.
Like, I have an uncle in Florida with a pool, and to me, that nigga's the richest person alive. Like, as a kid, I'm like, chill. Like, my uncle Tino, he got a pool, bro. Like, he's not fucking with you. Like, that nigga, him and Jay-Z are the only niggas with pools, bro. Like,
I tell my girl all the time because we're talking about, like I told you earlier, we're talking about buying houses and
Mm-hmm.
shit, and like the pool is like a necessity for me because I like the beach. In recent, like, so here's the thing in New York, and you know this because you're a traveling man.
Mm-hmm.
New York has the most disgusting beaches in the fucking world, right? Unless you're going to like Long Island, which is like a fucking 2 hour.
Is that true?
trip. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't explored New York as much as I should.
So,
But like, you saying that they have a disgusting beach doesn't sound like
disgusting
far
beaches.
off.
Yeah, it's
at all.
terrible. So like, but when I came to Rhode Island, this is what you got to understand. Like, I thought the beaches were everything here, but even still,
Mm-hmm.
I could only spend like 2 hours at the beach before I start talking to you, and I'm like, yo. So what's the moves after this?
For me to go to the beach and enjoy myself, it has to be like, we need a packed cooler with all types of like amazing food. If I get drunk and I can smoke on the beach, I might enjoy myself.
Low key hate going to the beach with me, right? Because people are psychos. They love going to the beach with nothing. They just love going to the beach, tanning, and fucking going to.
That's how you know they didn't grow up with parents like ours, bro. I like the
bro.
beach was like a full mission. Like, my mom had coolers packed with enough
Yeah.
food for everybody there.
That's what I'm teaching. And I know Alexandria drags her feet. Like, yo, why did this nigga bring all this shit and then wants me to carry this little ass bag that weighs a pound? First of all, dramatic. Second of all, I guess I'm bougie about the beach too. I want to go with mad shit. Chairs, towels, options. If I want to lay down, I'll lay down. If I want to fucking sit up, I'll sit up. I'll bring a book and not read it, but just have the book there.
That's what it's about.
And I'll
It's all
fucking
about
bring
fucking
like
up.
a 3-course meal.
It's about
Dessert,
options.
fucking
This nigga said dessert.
not that ass. A 3-course meal, an appetizer, chips, fucking.
Yeah.
I'll fuck around and have an appetizer sampler at the beach.
My nigga, like, yo, you mentioned it's 40 minutes away. To
Yeah.
me, that's a road trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're right. You should.
And it's mad hot, and it's just like there's sand in your fucking toes and shit.
Yo, like, literally like, everything you're saying, I'm just like, yes, like, there's sand. Like, I can't even wear no fly shit because I'm gonna have sand in my slides for like 6 years.
You a for the gram ass nigga, bro. I would have like swore you love the fucking beach from like you just like look like you have the greatest time at the beach when you're down.
Yo,
in
I've been
Miami.
to Miami so many fucking times.
Well, Miami's different though.
But
I
you know-
would enjoy the beach.
But
in
do you know how many
Miami,
times my mom has been like, "Yo," or my older brother's like, "Yo, let's go to South Beach," and I'm just like, "For what?"
I feel like I would love the beach in Miami.
The beach, like it's cool. Like I went a few times. Like you know what I mean. Especially
Is it overcrowded?
Nick, there's mad people.
But is it spacious though? Or is it never
No,
spacious?
because there's always fucking tourists there coming from different cities and shit. Like, bro, like it's literally like you ever watch any of those old beach movies where there's like 1 trillion people on the beach and shit?
Yeah.
It feels like that all the time.
Can we go to Miami together?
We can absolutely.
I
go
feel
to
like
Miami.
the first time I go to Miami, I gotta go with you.
I'm just not fun because like the shit that's fun to niggas is not fun to me.
Nah, I'm
like,
the same way.
Like,
though.
bro, like I dead be in Miami, like chilling in my mom's crib, like raiding her like her wine, like liquor. Like, bro, like I don't like the beach and shit is just like, yo, it's cool and like going to restaurants and spending trillions of dollars. That just sounds fun in like retrospect, I guess, but like nah.
Yeah.
I'm a frugal nigga, bro. So like going to Miami to me is like my mom lives there. I'm gonna kick it with her. We might go to Wynwood. We might like I like events. I like music shit. Like I like going to clubs. Like the typical Miami things that people like. I'm just like ew.
You have such a blast with your mom every time.
My mom's fun, my nigga. Like my mom is
Our
mad
moms
fun.
are the same, except my mom's a little like kind of like crazy, but
No,
other than
my
that-
mom's nuts. You crazy?
yeah.
My mom's crazy as fuck.
That's another thing we had in common too. We used to always have like fucking just like creepy ass niggas be like, "Yo, your mom though," and then we'd be like, "Yeah, my mom what?"
It's as I've gotten older and I start to look like her, I just creep niggas out.
Yeah.
They'd be like,
You
"Yo,
hit
your
'em
mom's
with the-
bad." I'm like, "Word." So you
Yeah.
think I'm handsome as fuck, nigga, don't you?
Exactly.
Because I look exactly like her.
Exactly.
So like I've been like, honestly, this is gonna sound mad weird. I used to work at the front office during high school when I was a senior, and
It's only weird if you say it's weird.
it's weird because like I just like I'm like you'll feel me later. So I remember working at the front office at a free period like in high school because like senior year I had like I'm just about to graduate. So I used to see these other people's moms come in. I'd be like, damn, like would I prefer having an ugly mom or a really pretty mom? Because these niggas' mom used to come in. I'd be like, damn, you left the house like that? That's crazy. My mom would never. Bro, like you feel me? Like having a pretty mom who takes care of herself.
Nah,
Like
it's
I
true.
definitely feel like as men has helped us be like right now, like my nails ain't done, so like I don't got. But like you feel me? Like having a mom who's on top of shit
Nah, it's
has made me
true.
like a pretty bougie nigga.
It's
so it's like,
fucking true.
would I rather that or like these sloppy moms I used to see? And like no offense to like niggas' moms and shit, but
Nah,
like,
if your mom's ugly, that's
like yo, like more than being ugly, these niggas' moms be sloppy. Like I used to see these niggas pick their moms
that-
come to pick them up. I'm like,
yes.
yo, she
like
left
if
the
you
house
don't
like
care
that?
about your appearance. Exactly.
Yeah, so like I rather my well put together mom who's pretty, who might, you know, if I go out to eat with her, someone really might pay her a bill because she's that pretty. I like it. It's cool.
Nah, facts.
It's just when niggas be like, I don't care when niggas be like, yo, my mom's beautiful or pretty because she's pretty. Like my mom is very pretty. It's when niggas we say weird shit. It's just like, why would you say that about anyone's like female friend, yet alone their mom?
Cause niggas are weird.
Niggas are weird, like making like I want to fuck your mom jokes. It's like, nigga, I will kill you. Like, cut it out. Luckily though, none of my friends are stupid. They see my mom and they just she don't play that shit. Like even your mom, first time I seen her, I was like, that's a very pretty lady because your mom looks like she might punch me dead in the mouth. I've seen pictures of her. She
They're
looks
both
like,
like that, yeah.
your
I
mom
feel
looks
your
like she
would
might punch
slap the
someone.
shit out of me.
Thank you. So niggas aren't stupid. Your mom really like I seen a picture and I was like, huh, yeah, no, this makes sense. Like you look like your dad,
Yeah.
but like you look like your mom.
Yeah, me and my brother get that a lot. I feel like my brother's the one that looks like my mom a little more.
I feel like from the pictures, from like seeing pictures, because I don't think I've ever
Like
met
I've
your
gotten my
pops.
mom's smile for sure.
Definitely.
But my brother's the one that looks a little more like my mom.
I haven't seen a brother now.
And I feel like out of all the siblings, because I think I've met all of you guys so far, right?
there's 4 of us. There's Stefan, there's me, there's Ethan, there's Kiko. I think you've made.
I've met all of
Yeah, I
of
think
you
you met
guys
all my
because
brothers.
I've even met the youngest one is Kiko, right?
Yeah, you've met all my brothers.
So you look the most like your mom.
It's because of my color. Yeah.
Not even that, but like facial features too and shit, right?
I think me and the youngest Kiko look at like
Yes,
because
yes.
Kiko looks like
yes,
me,
yes,
he's just like her.
yes.
But like I think we look the most like my mom,
Yep.
and I think it's because of that because I'm my mom's favorite, and Kiko's number 2, and then Stefan comes in at 3, and Ethan's 4.
How old is Kiko now?
Kiko is Ethan's 19, so
How's
Kiko's,
Ethan? I'm asking you mad a question.
No, you're good. Ethan is 9. He's turning 19 this month.
How's he doing?
He's fucking chill as
He's
hell.
chilling.
He's
Yeah.
it's weird. My brother's so nonchalantly cool.
Yeah.
Like he's just that nigga.
He
Like,
is though. He doesn't
but
even fucking try.
but he's always been that cool. Like from day 0, Ethan. I've always been like, this nigga's cool.
That's what makes somebody cool though. You like try hard niggas are not cool. They like try hard.
Ethan won't talk to
at
you. Like
whatever-
Ethan
yeah,
doesn't
like,
talk
he
to
doesn't-
niggas. Like I remember, so you know, I'm doing shows at the Strand, and like all of Ethan's friend. Like I take Ethan to Ethan's first concert was a concert I hosted.
Yeah.
Right. It was one of these niggas that were hot. I think it was like Lil Pump or one of these niggas. And because I remember Ethan was like, "Oh, I want to go." Ethan never wants to come to shows, right? So I have my little brother on stage with me, like chilling, like all fucking jiggy, right? All his niggas and all the girls from his school in the front row, and the niggas dead ass just like, yeah. Like these kids are like taking videos of Ethan. Ethan's like, yo, so I'm gonna chill, like Ethan's just cool as fuck, like not like I don't know, like and like it's weird because it's like you would think being my little brother, like I meet his friends, they'd be like, yo, like you're so blah blah blah, and they go up to him like, yo, Coog is your brother, and he'd be like, yeah. And then Stefan's his brother, so it's like there's two really cool older niggas that like people reference and be like, nah.
I feel like with your younger brothers, you definitely got prepped to be a boy dad. Just like with me, with my little, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I have my little sister. I have my little brother, but I have my little sisters. Those are the ones that I really like was hands on with. Just like I'm sure you were hands on with your little brothers. Where it's like that's what prepped us to being like girl dads and boy dads and shit like that.
I potty trained Kiko, taught him how to talk. Cause when my mom's a flight attendant, so when I was living back home prior to moving back to Rhode Island,
such a crazy gig, by the way.
Yo, she loves her job. The best thing my mom's ever done was become a flight attendant. But I remember like I spent mad time with my little brother. He's kind of like the closest thing I had to a son pre having Pete. Like I taught Kiko how to talk, how to fuck. A lot of his mannerisms are like me. I remember like at one point he'd wake up, roll over, check his iPad. Like I would check he was really like my little nigga up until I moved. So it's like having a son, it's weird because it's like this is really my little nigga. But yeah, I definitely think having siblings either prepped you to be a parent or to prep you to not like. I don't think my brother wants kids because he was like so involved in like being my older brother / like.
Stefan?
Yeah, kind of like adult male role model figure. You know what I mean? Like he's the oldest of all
and
the
he's chilling though.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's eventually gonna have a kid, but I think it's like with all the kids he still is the nigga I report to. You know what I mean? Like I don't report to my mom about things. I report to my brother. So it's like he's kind of like now we're like that's my nigga. We're equal. I'm 25. He's 31. But like he was a father figure for so long.
Yep.
So I think that kind of made him not want to have kids.
Shout out to Stefan, man. We got to go see that nigga for sure.
Yeah, man. He's always telling me to go out there.
Yeah.
He's in like Northern California. I gotta go.
Oh, he's in Cali now.
He's not in Miami no more. He works for Cookies now.
I saw that.
Yeah,
that makes sense. I was like, Cookies in Miami?
I think they're opening one. I don't know if that's facts.
Okay.
They're definitely opening one in Miami.
Yeah, that nigga's living life, man.
Yo, one thing about everyone in my family, my mom, my brother, and myself, we've always finessed really interesting jobs. Yeah. Like with zero to like no experience. Like my brother also didn't graduate from college, very similar to me. Like my mom did not graduate from college. We just have finessed these really weird positions that like you would need years of experience with because we're good with people.
I definitely feel that. I feel like my dad feels that. I feel like my mom feels that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I think it's just kind of like against that hustler shit. It's like, yo, I'm gonna just outwork niggas.
Yep.
Like,
and it's a cultural thing too. Yeah. Like no offense, but I feel like there's no white people in this room. I feel like white people are not good with people like that. Some are, but like some also aren't. I'm not gonna lie.
I have a question for you.
What?
When you see white homeless people, huh? When you see a homeless white person, right?
Okay.
How often are you willing to give them bread?
Not that often.
Now, when you see like any other like person of color that's homeless, do you give them bread?
Yeah.
If you have it,
yeah.
We can end this conversation here. Because I agree with you. Yeah, everything like how you feel about like that is whenever we talk white people and I'm just like, how do you feel about homeless white people?
That's a very good like thing that you brought up though, because like even then, right? Like what we were just talking about, a homeless white person will come up to you and be like, "You got 25 cents?"
Or like their sign just be mad whack.
Yeah. Nah, they are though.
They be mad, not creative. Like, ooh, like
bro, like,
army veteran.
They just come up on you mad aggressive and not friendly, and then like the fucking, like the black homeless person will come up and be like, "God bless you, dear."
Might make a joke. Yeah. Might try to rap to a nigga. Might try to clean a nigga's car. Something. Yeah. Yo, these white homeless people be mad entitled, dog. Like, how are you entitled and homeless, bro? Like, you can't be both.
Nah, that ass though.
You can't be both, my nigga. So yeah, there's my my opinion. Nah, yo, like I this has been a question I ask people lately because I'm just like
That's a very good podcast question. For sure.
If you see a homeless white person, how often are you like? I think if in my time of donating money to random, like being in Providence and random like being at like I don't think I've ever in my life
I've tried lately to do something different. I did this in New York, but it's harder to do it in Rhode Island because in New York you're kind of walking everywhere, and I used to always walk with like a sandwich from the fucking corner store or McDonald's or whatever it is. So I'm always walking with food, and you run into people in New York, you run into homeless people. In Rhode Island you're driving, so it's harder to do. But I've been trying to do this thing that I got from my girl's best friend. She runs like a nonprofit organization for homeless people in DC because she's in DC, and then one in Cali.
Oh shit!
Right. And she promotes like giving homeless people like kits. You know, she sets them up herself, but she also promotes on Instagram like, "Yo, give homeless people like
shit like that's fire."
Kits, food, whatever. Don't give them money. Just give them, like, yeah, give them money if if that's all you have. But like, give them food. Am
I a nigga at heart? Because if I see like when I see a black homeless person, I'm like, listen, I don't care what you use the money for.
Nah, I don't care either.
Get right, family.
I don't care either.
But I feel we should give them kits.
In New York, I used like if I had a fucking in New York, these sandwiches were at a time mad cheap, so I would always have like 2 sandwiches on me. I'd be like, all right, here you go.
I've always wanted to ask you about that. Like living through like gentrification in New York,
bro. It's so fucking weird.
Because I read about it, I see shows about it, but like you're someone from New York who grew up in New York and like seen it. Talk about like New York gentrification, like from your standpoint.
Planning on going soon, and it's just like so fucking weird because like Alexandra's 3 now. I want to put her on.
She's 3.
She's 3. Yeah, she's 3.5.
When's her birthday?
August 26th.
Damn.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So it's like I want to put her onto shit. I want to put my girl onto shit out there, and like, it's just not the like to me. It's not the same. I know they'll enjoy it, but it's not the same to me. Like it's weird that like when I was even like 14, 15, 16, I could get a fucking bacon, egg, and cheese for like $1.50, and now it's like a bacon, egg, and cheese is more than a Dunkin' sandwich. How is that possible?
That's nuts.
How is that possible? A chopped cheese is the same amount of money as like a fucking Wendy's burger.
What is your favorite, like what's a random New York memory that's like every time you think, like it can be something super small, like what's one small thing about living in New York that you experience, like maybe like once a week that's just like, fuck, I missed that. It can be super simple because I've never lived in New York, so I don't, like what's the one thing that like, and I don't want to hear like taking the subway or try, like what's one really random memory from your block that you would see all the time?
Oh, from my block?
Yeah, like where you lived. Something really random. Like, I paint the experience for me.
Bro, literally, I'm a fat nigga, I guess, at heart. So it's like, definitely just being able to get, like, it would be nothing for my dad to take out like $5 out of his pocket, right? Because he made that fucking 50 times over in his tips at the barbershop. He just take $5 out of his pocket.
I always forget your pops is a barber.
He's a barber. Yeah, I'm 3rd generation.
Holy shit.
His father.
And Sonny started earlier.
Sonny started earlier, yep. I was learning a little bit before I left, and then I left, and it's like I had no way to like keep it going. So it's like $5, and with those $5, bro, I would just go like I'm good. I don't need dinner. I don't need anything else for the fucking day.
That's crazy.
Just being at the barbershop chilling, like just being around the niggas around the barbershop because the park we used to chill at was right there. Like we would play ball over there. We would play fucking baseball right in the basketball court because they would sell these like rubber like baseballs at the corner store. Just like, bro, New York is just, it's not the same at all. It's kind of sad, and I think that's touching on like your question from earlier. Like, and I asked you the same question. I wouldn't live in the part of New York where I'm from because it's so different. It's not the same. I wouldn't get the same like I guess nostalgia because it's just like I can't take $5 and. Like with that $5, I can only buy a sandwich. I with that $5, I could buy a sandwich, a fucking soda, a bag of chips, and a honey bun with them $5.
That's crazy.
Now it's like you could only buy the sandwich.
It's weird too because I remember when our parents would be like, "Yo, with 80 cents, we used to get this much." I'm like, "Damn, you niggas is old." But like, we found, yo, bro, we're like, how, like, what does this feel like? Like,
what's the staple in Atlanta? Because I feel like New York has like pizza and the sandwiches and shit. Like, what's the food? What's like the staple of food in Atlanta?
I mean, there's like, yo, Atlanta has mad food, bro.
I know I'm sure they have.
I guess
food.
I would say like anything chicken. Like anytime the homies from Atlanta come up here and try our wings, they're always very like disappointed. Yeah. Like they have like some of the illest wings.
I feel like I got that vibe off. Shout out to this show. I can't wait for it to come back. Atlanta,
bro. Atlanta, to me, like as someone who lived there, as someone who has friends who are from
that
Atlanta,
show makes me want to go there so bad. That's one place that I talked about Miami, but I've always told you, like, I'm going to, if I ever go to Atlanta, I'm going with Coog, whether I invite him or I just go with him whenever he goes.
it's so, the cool thing about Georgia, man, is every time I've gone out there since being an adult is always a very different experience.
Yeah.
You can have the littest time, you can have the chillest time, you can have a time where you just run into nothing but crazy fucking celebrities. Like, it's always very different. Atlanta is amazing, but I would say staple foods, check it, like anything with wings, bro. They have amazing. Honestly, all the food out there is fucking incredible, bro. Like, just black people can cook, dog. Like, they make everything. Like, it's just so much food. They have like every fast food thing possible. Like, I had Five Guys out there like years ago for the first time there. Like, they had like they're like our Chick-fil-A in Rhode Island's nothing.
Oh yeah,
compared to like the
I
shit
could
out
only
there.
imagine. Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, the best wing spot out here is like not even touching like the most mediocre spot out there. Like, bro, they know how to make food, dog. And the best thing about Atlanta is just like everyone's friendly, dog. So it's like the food's made with love. You can feel it.
I remember when you brought up they've come up a few times, but I don't know if you remember, there was a time that I was just chilling in BOA with you with the East Chain niggas.
Those are my
bro.
dogs.
They were mad cool. Like,
those are my brothers, man. They
the vibes were just like, they were just mad cool. They were mad like they were just like they just didn't seem like the vibes. Not one person in that room seemed off.
That's everyone out there, man. Everyone out there is just good vibes. I mean, like, with everywhere in the world, you meet, there's bad people everywhere, but it's like, the majority of people I met in Atlanta, like, even to the point where I would just be in Ubers, like, fucking taking an Uber to the mall on vacation and just talking about, like, oh, what are you doing out here? I can tell you're not from here. I'm like, oh, I'm doing a show. You're doing a show out here? What the fuck? I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna bring my name. Like the way they support out there is nuts, because it's like, there's so much money to be made, and it's like, having money out there is the standard. I remember even being in school, I was telling all about this recently, like, yo, like, getting good grades was a standard. Like, all the homies had honor roll. Like, bro, like, being successful out there is the fucking standard. Like, if, like, I remember I got a C and niggas was like, ew, the fuck? Like a C in math, Coog, it was good with you. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, yo, like, being successful out there is, like, big, because it's like, like a lot of majority of people out there are black.
Yeah.
So, like being a person of color anywhere, it's like, we know we got to work harder. So it's like, you have black teachers telling you, like, yo, you need to be on your shit. And like, they're really teaching you real history and blah, blah, blah. Like, you have not, like, black excellence out there is so real.
That's how
and
it was in Harlem too.
You feel me? Like, when you're in these places where it's run by Dominicans,
like
running by black, ran by black, ran by people of color who are from the community, teaching the community, Atlanta's very much like that.
And I didn't even like appreciate that as a youth too.
I didn't like Atlanta when I was living there. Like, you remember I used to always be like, I want to live in Rhode Island, blah blah blah. But like, as you get older, and it's like, I look back and kind of look how I was molded. Like, without Atlanta, there's no The Daily Note. You know what I mean? I launched the Daily Note out there.
It's funny because like, when you're younger, you don't appreciate that, but when you grow older, you're like, yo, you kind of like incorporate some of that into what you're doing.
I feel like as we've gotten older, especially now that we have kids, we kind of get to look back at like things that like didn't make sense then, but it's just like, damn, like, my mom moving me to Atlanta was one of the best things she could do, because it's like, I kind of came out my shell. I became a lot more comfortable. I got to go to this new place and just kind of like,
something about the city always does that to you.
You feel me? So it's like, Atlanta has my heart.
You could be the most awkward person till the day you die, but like, the city will kind of break you out of that shell
absolutely.
Whenever you need it to go on, or whether it be for a podcast or a show or whatever. Me and Coog are some of the most awkward niggas you'll ever meet.
It's so weird when I meet people who've been following me for a really long time, like whether it's like through working at Cured or doing shows at the Strand or podcast or like whatever the fuck the many things that I do. When I meet people, I feel like they always have a very like, they think I'm gonna be a very specific way, but it's like, I'm mad awkward at heart.
Yeah.
I don't really like be around people as much. Like, when I do events, like, I'm always in the event mode. But even my own events, I don't enjoy as much, because it's like, I'm in event mode. I'm trying to make sure everyone around me is having the best time possible. I'm trying to like do that, but it's like, yo, I'm mad awkward at the end of the day. I grew up not many, like, I didn't, like, friends didn't come to my crib. Like, I didn't have a plethora of friends growing up. I was always fucking grounded. So it's like, I grew up very like, on my own, like, very like, not like, I was a loner, high key, like, definitely. I think my mom would tell you, I think my brother would tell you I was a loner. So it's like, being a popular nigga and having such a voice and like being known for being kind of like a popular nigga, but kind of still being awkward is very weird sometimes, because it's like, I don't know, I can't explain it.
It's definitely hard to explain. It's that like, extroverted, introverted, like whatever comes first, whatever comes, whatever.
Yeah, I'm both. I'm definitely.
It's weird. Yeah, nah, it's weird. It's weird to be both, honestly.
It's super weird, especially when, you know, like we do a podcast and like, you know, like for being on Twitter, for having even like on Facebook, we've always were the niggas who just had opinions and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, it's not necessarily like a persona or a thing. It's just truly how I am. Yeah. It's just like when you get to know me, I'm mad funny. When you get to know me, I talk a fucking lot.
And it is what it is.
Awkward.
Whoever gets that energy, whether it be at a show or just like whoever's cool with you in your circle or whatever.
What's the first event that you're looking forward to? Like right now, like say tomorrow COVID ends and like every event you ever fucking been to, you can go. Like what's the first event you're just like, I can't
to go to or like locally or just in general?
Flip it however you want. Like for me, like I know that I have to go to like any type of brunch event. I miss getting really drunk and being locally, in bed by 4 p.m.
Locally, definitely the brunch event for sure. I definitely agree with you on that because I miss those. I miss those.
Yeah,
that was one of our first, like, not one of our very first, but like, you know, kind of like one of our first dates was a brunch event, like right before COVID.
Nice.
And then, the fucking I'll touch on this one later. Mm-hmm. As far as like a mainstream event, yo, these are two things. I'm gonna give you two things that stung back to back when everything shut down during COVID, and you know one of them. I need to go to a Yankee game, and I actually saw.
You've been to Yankee games though, right?
So many.
Okay, I was gonna say
it's just like I make sure I go to like, you know how I am. I make sure I go to like fucking 2 or 3 a year.
Yeah, because you're like a real deal sports fan.
I am.
Yeah, we're
baseball first, which is weird. People are always like, how? And I'm like, you really could watch that? And I'm like, I can.
You're from New York. That makes sense. Like you being a baseball, like you were from the city where like you grew up.
We were spoiled.
How many?
It's like being a New England. It's like I tell people all the time, like
being a Patriots fan.
Patriots fans were spoiled in the last couple of years, and you'll never not be a Patriot fan, no matter how bad things get. And that's how the Yankees are. Like the Yankees.
How many championships have you lived through?
I've lived through that I remember personally.
Yeah.
4.
That's nuts. I've lived through. What?
Yeah, you've got more.
But think about this. Like even when we just had,
the Yankees though.
Even when we just had 3 rings. Even
Yeah.
when the Patriots just had 3 rings, it's just like holy. Like when I can't relate to niggas who don't have winning teams. Like I don't know what that feels like. I don't know what that's like. I don't know what.
I'm like
not seeing a parade is like.
Yeah.
I mean,
I cut school to go to the 09 parade.
You feel me? Like I don't know what that feels like.
My dad just found that out like 2 years ago.
Really?
He was happy to hear it.
But was he heated low key?
He was happy to hear it. He was like, yo, you know what? You're not in high school. You're not the kid anymore, so I'm not gonna give you the bullshit. Like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? But like, I told him, I'm like, yo, I cut school to go to the 09 parade. We were talking about that 09.
As you know, I'm not a Celtics fan, right? Mm-hmm. But one of the illest things that's ever happened in my life is something that I even go to. My dad.
Lakers, Bulls.
So my dad lives in Boston, right? So
no, but I'm saying that you're a fan of.
I'm a Lakers fan. Yeah.
Lakers fan. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Lakers fan, and I'm a
We used to root for the Lakers. I'm a Knicks fan first, but like Kobe, obviously. So
I've been blessed enough to just have like attached myself to Kobe and LeBron. So it's like I've been a Lakers fan twice over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's. But like I just like sports. I don't really like. I'm like even when LeBron, like when the Lakers were playing the Heat, I would have been really happy if the Heat won. I like sports. I like cool stories. I like underdog stories. I like good sports. Mm-hmm. But my dad, right? You know, my dad's like this super African dude, right? Like super like if anyone meets my dad, he's like the illest ever. But he's super.
I think
African.
I met him.
Maybe briefly, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
North Providence.
Yeah,
he lived in at the time.
My uncle lives there. So
your dad was over there.
Yeah, my dad's always there.
Yeah.
So my dad went to the Celtics parade. And for him, like that was like the illest shit ever. So it's like, you know, like that's the cool thing about these big cities and like witnessing championships. My dad, who knows nothing about sports, skipped work to go to the Celtics parade. Mm-hmm. That shit's crazy to me.
Yeah, I remember cutting school for the Yankees parade in 09 was amazing. Especially because that team was so stacked. After that, our comedy event that people don't even know about.
Yeah.
Like, people like it wasn't even announced.
So me, you, and Wale.
Yeah.
And it sucks because it's like
it was like a month after.
It was do you want to hear more than that? Do you want to hear how? So the day COVID became like Rhode Island went on lockdown, I had an event at 7 p.m. We went on lockdown at 6:40.
What were you gonna have?
I was gonna have a.
Was it a poetry one?
It was not. It was a show. I think it was like with Joe Mesery.
Oh yeah.
and like two other. Oh, I wish like the flyer escapes me. So
Because you texted me that very same day because you were like, "Yo, I got this fucking."
remember, niggas, you were like, "Yo,"
yeah.
I remember. So you hit me. You're like, "Yo, what's going?" Like, I know COVID thing was going on
Yeah.
with the comedy thing. I'm like, I was like, I remember being like, "My nigga, I have no
No,
idea."
you reached out to me the
Yeah,
day
because they just canceled us.
Just canceled. I was at
Yeah.
the bar watching fucking a game, and I was like, "Yo, they really just." No, I was watching like I think Sports Center or some shit. And I was like, "Yo, they really just like canceled everything."
Yeah, man. We had a lot of shit lined up. The cool thing about COVID though, what COVID has taught me that like you can make this work even
One
when
way or another.
Yeah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like one way or another, like if the content's dope, niggas will look for it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you know, when the comedy show happens, it's like I also believe in timing. I'm a big timing person. I'm a very big.
It just stunk so hard because I was writing like, and I know everybody else was excited too. That was a part.
Oh,
of
that
it.
shit was about to
Yo,
be like monumental.
I
That
was
shit
riding a wave of like just hitting. I did so much writing. I was riding a wave, and I have it tucked away. And I did new like COVID related writing and stuff like that. But I was just riding a wave of like open mics at Salon because they have those for like comedians to kind of you know say their shit out loud and see what they want to keep or not keep. The comedians always have that. They have like that one like low key kind of like sketchy spot to like test their shit out until they do like a bigger.
It's weird because comedy is so like I look at all these like ventures that like you know like the comedies even being like a semi-professional wrestler. It's like everything's so like similar to being like an independent rapper, and I always compare everything to that. So it's
we used to always compare wrestling and rapping all the time.
I think wrestlers and rappers have so much more in common than niggas give them credit for. And it's more than the whole gimmicky thing. It's more this, like even like being an independent rapper, being an independent wrestler. It's
and the
like
stress too.
nigga, bro, like I've been to these independent shows. I see how happy these niggas are. And then you meet like a WWE nigga and see how like not happy they are. But then you meet a
Exactly.
signed rapper and it's like,
Exactly.
yo, you're the biggest rapper on the
Yeah.
planet, but these stressed.
Yep.
And you meet these
Yep.
not signed niggas who can just do 6 states on some
Facts.
independent shit and get their quick independent bread. Like, bro, like all the independent wrestlers I've met, them niggas love being wrestlers.
They do.
Not saying that, you know, when you get to the getting to the WWE, like is definitely like the best thing you can do. Right?
You'd be happy to know that my daughter is a huge Undertaker fan.
Yo, I mean, like, I believe in good parenting. At the end of the day, I'm not shocked here.
Yeah.
She's a wrestling fan? How'd you put her on?
It's funny because like when I watch wrestling, she'll like put her stuff down or whatever to like watch a little bit. But when Undertaker's on, because every now and then I watch like old shit. It's always like when a monumental pay-per-view's coming on.
Yeah.
By the way, you guys are invited to Elimination Chamber.
When is that?
I think this Sunday.
I'm not going to lie to you, bro. When I say I have not watched wrestling in like maybe a year and a half.
Me and Gary still get up to watch like the pay-per-views.
So I keep up with like shouts like what Coacher and like you know like
Yeah.
all the dudes who like I know what's going on. I know who's what, blah blah blah. But I haven't watched wrestling in so long. I think the last thing I watched was the last WrestleMania.
WWE has fallen off so bad. The pay-per-views, I'll watch them.
Do you like AEW?
AEW, I fucking love. I swear by that.
I've
shit.
actually never watched an episode.
Bro.
I know. So it's tomorrow, right?
So I'll tell you.
Is
Tomorrow.
it every Wednesday?
Tomorrow, yep.
So I'm watching my first episode tomorrow. You should come.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yuri's come. You know Yuri, right?
Yeah.
Big huge wrestling. Like
Yeah.
he's been trying to like make me watch AEW for so long.
I'm down to link up. AEW has the wrestling 100%. And they even have they have wrestlers there that like their mic skill. I mean, Jericho's there, so he's helping them out with that.
You know how I feel about Jericho.
Jericho's there. Sammy Guevara, he's been building him up. This dude MJF, like you'll
MJF is the dude they compare to the Miz, right? He be wearing like the Burberry's like
he's like I hate to say it because I love the Miz, but he's like the even more like bougier version of the Miz. Like he wears
fire.
the Burberry shit, and
yeah.
he's very,
I just know he's the nigga that wears Burberry,
and he's raw. Like
fuck with that.
Miz is raw too, but like on AEW they can kind of tell their fans like, yo, fuck off, you're a bitch, like shit like that. And WWE they can't do that.
of course, yeah.
And WWE and AEW still even has like some cool storylines, but you could tell they're developed by the wrestlers. WWE definitely has like them beat on the mic,
Makes sense.
but even still, AEW's kind of like getting there.
Would you say because you know we witnessed TNA happen like from day one and watched it crash and burn and like
Oh my God.
But when TNA was at its peak, it was at its peak. My only thing with AEW, like from outside looking in, they kind of have TNA syndrome for me because they be signing like a lot of WWE
It's
niggas.
different.
But like everyone says that.
different.
Is it okay? I'm gonna
It's
check it
very
out,
different, yeah,
bro.
It's-
I'm a Jericho
you
stan.
could tell,
So
the
you
thing
know,
with TNA is like you could tell TNA like ended up trying too hard. I think where TNA failed is like they tried too hard. They're not there anymore, but they tried too hard to be like WWE. AEW is like, you could tell they tried very hard to just be AEW. Like, this is us. This is how we're gonna build our shit up, even if it doesn't happen overnight. Because there's still niggas who aren't on. AEW is known by pro wrestling fans, but they're not out there with like the kids and the families and like shit like that. They're slowly getting there at their own pace. TNA, I feel like, tried very hard to do that, and it didn't work.
What's your favorite match of all time?
Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker, the second one at WrestleMania.
Is it because you thought Shawn Michaels was gonna win?
It's because I love them both.
Yeah.
And it's also because I thought Shawn Michaels was going to win.
I remember watching that.
It is the very match that made me cry. No other matches made me cry.
Yeah.
That match made me cry.
Honestly,
my favorite was retiring, and it was just a clinic.
Yeah.
Like, that shit was a fucking... Bro... And it wasn't like it was a clinic between two young niggas. Like, it was like Shawn Michaels in his fucking 40s or even almost 50s and Undertaker in his 50s, 60s.
Yeah, nah, that's one of the best wrestling matches of all time.
These niggas wrestled like two niggas in AEW right now. Just like fucking, it was nuts. That's my match of all time. And I've seen a couple of great matches in the 90s, but that one was just like... I think
when you talk to any wrestling fan from any era, that comes up at least in the top 5. Right? It's like, it's kind of like the Illmatic or Reasonable Doubts of matches. It's like, yo, if you fuck with wrestling, there's no way we can't not talk about this match. Because even me, I remember just being like, because I was there, we were there, we watched when Taker lost the streak.
We did,
and I remember us not taking that match serious. We we didn't take any Taker match seriously because it's like he's gonna win. But like the Shawn Michaels one was like, this feels different. Like, there's no way they're gonna let him lose twice. There's no way they're gonna retire this man. There's no.
I still to this day, I was like, yo, why didn't they could have given that to Shawn or even Triple H or
Punk
but they gave it to Brock, and I was like, yo, this nigga's part time.
Brock made sense to me though, from like the standpoint of like
was Undertaker's like handpicked guy.
And if you kind of look at the like, Lesnar's kind of spent his whole career beating the fuck out of like Taker. Like, that's the only wrestler that's true. Like from day one, that nigga just beats the shit out of
Undertaker made it a point to like help make Brock Lesnar who Brock Lesnar was.
That's why I'm so happy to see Taker now in this new era of where he's just he's breaking character and he's talking wrestling, and it's like, yo, he's really a genius. He's really like, Vince has gotten so lucky with people with like the way loyalty works and shit, but like the way Taker.
So you saw the Taker documentary, obviously,
I
right?
love Taker,
bro. Vince,
he's the one, bro.
He's
like
lucky.
He's the one. Like, Vince has got like the fact that he has a Shawn, a Taker, a Cena, like these super loyal. Like, I think those are guys that will never, ever, 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 ever switch anything. Like when Jericho went to AEW, I wasn't shocked because I'm just kind of like, nah, Jericho's kind of been toying with the fact that like he don't really fuck with niggas like that. He gonna do what he wants. He's Jericho. That's kind of his mystique. But it's like, it's very rare that you see a WWE guy like just this long and just never like
whole time,
like if Cena ever left the WWE, I think it'd fuck everything up.
Oh, 100%.
Because they would just kill. Like, where do you rank Cena? Now that he's kind of like, now he's at the where he's
all
at the,
time, just like wrestler all around.
Yeah. Now that he's like about to retire and he's not like Super Cena.
I've always ranked Cena like one of the, like, I wouldn't say one of the GOATs, but like I feel like Cena's he's great. I could say that about him. He's great.
Who would you compare him to a rapper? I love comparing rappers.
In terms of a rapper,
like overall career wise, I'd say like Cena's like the Drake. Like, he's just like,
he is the Drake.
He's right.
That's spot on right there. 100%.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah,
you can't really deny it. Number like, he might not have the like, even like, I know people complain about Cena's moveset, but I'm just like, I feel like he can wrestle his ass off. This
is what I've always roasted Cena for so many different things, but I've never understood people being like, "Oh, 5 move set." Like, and you know this for sure. Every wrestler in WWE has a 5 move set. Think about it.
Sometimes less.
Sometimes less.
So like, and I just feel like everyone has the same 4 moves they set up like, before their finisher.
Like niggas love, and I feel like WWE's doing it on purpose a little bit just to be like, look at the niggas who you hated before, like niggas like Cena, right? Kevin Owens he's dumbed down to a stunner now. He was doing like a crazy pop-up powerbomb as a finisher before. Yeah.
I think Kevin Owens, like the the last wrestlers that I like really impressed me were definitely like the Kevin Owens, the Bray Wyatt,
And I hate
that
it.
era of guys.
And I hate the stunner, but is it Kevin Owens' fault? No.
Nah, it's super not.
Cena, I'm sure
I hate
he.
the super kick too. Like the super
Yeah.
kick like means like yo, and it sucks because it's like I love the Young Bucks. Even though I don't watch AEW, I'm a wrestling fan. I know who these guys
Facts.
are. So when I see these guys have a super kick parties, I'm like, this shit's fire. But it's like I feel like we sound like some old wrestler niggas, but I don't like how they've taken these moves that are like, yo, when niggas kicked out of a stunner, it was like, oh shit. Like,
Yeah,
what
facts,
the fuck? When
facts.
niggas kicked out of Sweet Chin Music, it was like, yo, what the fuck
It was
is
a
this?
big ass deal, yeah.
Now niggas be starting their first move with a super kick. And it's like, yo, like, do niggas just not care about Shawn? Does Shawn Michaels just not
They
exist?
don't.
So it's like, it's weird. Being a wrestling fan now is mad weird.
But
it's like every time I see AEW clips, like even though I've never sat down
it's
and watched,
wild,
nigga,
bro.
it's
I'm gonna
some,
just keep sending you some now.
it's
just
some of
so
the best
because-
wrestling I've seen in my life.
Yeah, it is.
And like it's weird though, because it's like I think my thing with not watching AEW is I don't know these niggas' theme songs. So when shit happens, like, oh shit, look who's coming up. I'm like, I don't know. Who is this nigga? Who genuinely who is this? Why is he interrupting? Why who is this nigga?
Nah,
does he not like Jericho? Is this his boy? Like I don't know nothing.
It's wild. I'm gonna do an ad real quick because I feel like this podcast is gonna be longer than I thought it would. It already is. It's dope. That's what happens when Coog is on though.
Yeah, nah. Hi.
All right, Jimmy's Diner is brought to you by Soulita Soap, which is now available on the shelves at Plant City. I've praised products on this podcast before, like their scented beard oil, I'm drunk. Ultra healing shea butter and more. That's the first time that's happened on this podcast. Well, you can now get them at your earliest convenience and support a local Black-owned business in the best way. If you live local, shop local, and hit up Plant City to support the growth of Soulita. And as always, if you live out of state, hit the link in my bio and use promo code Jimmy's Diner at checkout. Soulita for your very own.
That was great.
I'm lit.
My nigga was struggling.
I was, yo.
My nigga was struggling.
I was like, what the fuck? I just fucked this ad up. I don't think she like really listens to all the ads, so it's fine.
Now imagine she listens to this one and she's like, yo, Jimmy, what
You're
the
done.
fuck?
You're done.
What the fuck is that?
Cutting me off.
Plant City heard this. Is you crazy? Shout out to Plant City, by the way.
She just got into another one too. I just gotta update that.
Yo, she's super out here, dog.
She
She's so
is.
out here.
Yeah.
I don't know if she knows this, that I feel this way about her, but it's like I watched her go from like she did my poetry event years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was one of the very first ones that we've done. And I remember like just to see her like her confidence grow.
She was like a huge Lex Spitter supporter. So if you were
Get the
Lex
fuck
Spitter
out of here.
supporter,
No
that says a lot about you.
way.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, she was.
I met her through poetry night. She did one of my poetry nights and just absolutely bodied the show. And I think this was like maybe like 6, 8, maybe a year after her surgery.
Yeah.
And I remember just being like in a crowd, like, wow, like I can't believe like someone used my platform to tell their story. And from then I was just like, whatever you need, we'll support. So to see from her being this shy girl doing this poetry to be like to do she comes to my poetry shows and fucking does 5 poems like it's nothing. Like,
Nah, facts.
you feel me? Then she'll like casually be like, yo, go cop my shit too. It's in plans. I'm just like to see the confidence is nuts. Shout out to Soulita. I don't think I've told her that, but like shout out to her.
Yo, so I had this in the notes. There's certain things I have in the notes that I just want to touch on. And
Of course.
You listen to podcasts?
Not as much as I should, but I do listen to podcasts, of course.
Did you listen to you listen to Rogan at all or no?
Not as much as I should, but like since being friends with Sudi, I typically know who's on and who's
Bro,
not.
so Elon was on.
Recently again?
He was on recently again. Yeah, this is like the 3rd or 4th time. They were talking about like aliens and space travel and shit. Yeah. You heard that one? You're
Yeah, aliens are out
Yeah.
here. Aliens are out here.
you're
bro.
all into like the alien shit.
Hell, they're out here. Them niggas is trolls.
I was finally like trying to listen to like the rest of it, and I was at the barbershop and we had this like full blown conversation earlier about like aliens and space travel and stuff. What's your opinion? What's your take on aliens?
I think them niggas just be. I feel like there's this weird alien world where them niggas.
So you believe in them?
Do I believe in them? Absolutely. Are you crazy? I feel like there's like alien world. Them niggas like you know how we be talking about like other countries and shit. I feel like aliens be like, yo, them niggas in the United States. Them niggas is bums. Like I feel like aliens troll us.
Yeah.
I feel like they'll randomly be like, ha, let's just go show them a UFO real quick, just shit on them real quick. Ha.
So I was telling niggas in the barbershop, there was like 1 or 2 niggas who like were like, yo, where they at though? And whatever. I'm like, bro, Let me break it down to you like this, right? Like,
We are like fucking poor people compared to them niggas. They don't want to fuck with us. They want to chill with us.
bro, imagine if we were them, like just advanced and shit or whatever, because you got to be a pretty advanced civilization to like just space travel like that. Like your rockets are not breaking down. You're not having accidents on the way up or out or whatever. You're fucking being able to like travel because there's no life in this galaxy from what we know. There's there's definitely life elsewhere.
Absolutely.
You got to be advanced to travel all the way here, right? If I was them and I was passing by a world like this one, I would just pass by.
That's what they do. These niggas will be like, oh, let's see what these niggas is doing.
I would just
and be like, ew,
yeah,
ew.
all right.
Like per usual, this Earth place is trash. Let's be out. I feel like them niggas will randomly be like, oh, they forgot about us. Let's get a UFO in Cali, make a Twitter trend, and just laugh at these niggas.
I feel like anytime a UFO has passed by in the history of life, it's been a different civilization almost every time, and they're just like, every time they're like, oh, let's check this place out. Oh, COVID. Look at this president. Oh, I'm out.
Yeah.
Or any other problem in the past. It's always something.
Listen, I believe in whenever there's just too much proof of shit, I just can't deny things. You know what I mean?
Nah,
like
yeah.
ghost, aliens. It's just like, listen, there's just too much proof. There's too much fucking science. There's too much things to just sit here and be like, nah, that shit don't exist.
And you saw that shit in the last like Trump relief bill where it's like
Bro,
they had 180 days to like release information.
These niggas, but like for someone like me who's been Googling this shit forever, like
Yeah.
them niggas have been being like, yo, aliens are real. I don't know why. Like, and I feel like even Manal, every so often we're just kind of like, alien shit will start trending and niggas be like, oh my God. I'm like, yo, this is
We've
not
been
new.
seeing
This
this
is
shit.
like if you were on YouTube back in like 06, like
Yo,
and
facts.
You know what I mean? Like, nah.
I remember in 09, I sent you some shit off World Star that was in New York, and I was like, bro, no lie, me and Sonny were out last night and saw this shit, and we're so happy this is
I'm
on
very
World
sure I
Star.
saw a UFO in Providence on some like I remember like being dead ass and all the homies was like, you wild. I'm like, why would I lie about this?
Yeah.
Like this is
I don't doubt it. Chris would tell me, and fucking Nino would tell me and shit. They would be out and see shit all the time, bro. They exist.
I think every so often these niggas want to subtly remind us like, yo, we watching y'all. Whenever y'all ready to accept us, I don't think they want to fuck with us.
Nah,
we're definitely like bottom tier niggas to them.
like
Definitely
Elon on the podcast was like, if aliens are real, they've just been very subtle. Like, why wouldn't they be, bro? There's no reason to come here. There hasn't like let's
they
be
see
real.
Avengers. They see how the fuck we treat superpower
Yeah.
niggas. The fuck
Not
we gonna try to they gonna come here. We gonna try to control. Fuck out of here.
Not only that, but like just I don't feel like there's ever been a time where like if I was an alien and I was passing by Earth, I would be like, oh wow, that looks like a solid place to go.
Nah. Them niggas, this shit's real. It's not even, it's at this point, just like I'm waiting for them to just give us all the information. Because I know they're withheld, like, I know they have info that we just know. Because even like during the COVID thing, when they're like, we have 180 days to let you niggas know shit we've known since 2009. It's like, yo, whoa, what do you mean you have 180
Like, how did they
days
just
to
slip that
drop
into
it?
the
Yeah,
fucking-
like the way niggas casually dropped that on the internet was nuts.
Yeah.
They were like, yo, I know niggas is dying. I know COVID's at an all-time high. But just so y'all know, America's like aliens exist.
That shit is
It's
crazy,
confirmed,
bro.
and it's just like even though we have known it's confirmed, it's just like these niggas just casually dropped it, like it was just like the fucking chef special at a restaurant, like oh aliens, here you
Yeah.
go.
How do you feel about going to Mars?
Going to
You know about Elon's like plan, right? A little bit about it, or
me going to Mars or just like niggas going to Mars.
so Elon is planning on going to Mars. Like he's gonna send the first couple people there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure the first few people are gonna be like SpaceX, which is his company, and they're gonna just work on terraforming Mars, like making Mars, like seeing if Mars is. I mean, he believes Mars is habitable, but he's going to start working on like making it habitable for us to start going over there.
I think Elon Musk is doing all the things that we would do if we had money.
Yeah,
That's it. Like
Nah,
like
facts.
more than
so
any,
you would go.
what me would I go? Hell no. Me
But
personally.
like if the Earth was dying out, which it is, would you just like Titanic it, or would you dip to another place? Like just like sink with.
we gonna
the
die
ship?
regardless.
The way I think of it, me personally, is like, are you gonna sink with the ship, or are you gonna like just at least try?
So here's my thing: if I'm a die, I'm gonna make it look sexy. So if I can die I was on the way to Mars. That sounds way better than being like
Yeah.
these niggas.
Alright,
these
word.
niggas was dying and I just
Word.
died with them. Like nah, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die doing some fly shit. Like so, yes, I will. If niggas was like, if Elon's like, yo, cool.
To me, it's like,
I'm
yo,
gonna send you. Yeah, nah.
I'm like, if I stayed on Earth when Earth is dying out, let's be real.
Yeah,
or
nah,
at
it's
least
black. I don't want to die with all the like.
Or
Avengers when all the niggas disappeared.
Yeah.
They just all got one tombstone. It's
Yeah.
like at least with me, they're gonna be like that nigga Coog went to Mars.
Yeah.
He died on the way,
The
but
fucking
yeah,
one of the rockets like gave out and something happened on the way, but at least he died on the way to Mars.
I saw day. Yeah, no, I'll do that. Yeah.
I'm not dying on Earth. I'm good. I'll die if anything like a rocket gave out or some shit on the way, but I'll give it a fair shot. Even though space travel sounds like the scariest thing in the world.
Yeah, nah. That's why I'm just like, when I go to space, like, nah. I feel like the niggas who really who've been studying and
It's like the vaccine shit right now, right? Like we want to see the first few people get the vaccine.
I want to see the first, like a lot of people go.
Go to Mars.
Like y'all be safe. Y'all let me know. Vlog it for me for sure. Like I definitely would live through niggas.
I would definitely vlog it though.
Yeah,
sure.
I feel like pretty soon like shit's gonna be like this, where niggas are just going to Mars for the clout.
Yeah.
Like 20 years from now, niggas just gonna be on Mars like it's lit.
Yeah.
Like not 20, but you get what I'm saying.
It's just crazy. Like I want a Tesla so bad, and like I'm probably gonna have a Tesla in like 5 years, and I'll be like, yeah, I got a Tesla, and then niggas are gonna be at Mars and be like, yeah, I'm going to Mars, and I'll be like, that's my next thing.
I think that in the next 5 to 10 years, Teslas are gonna be like as regular as like a Camry or like a Honda.
Yeah, you know I didn't know till today that they passed a law in Mass to like make all their cars electric, like by within the next 20 years or something.
See what I'm saying? I feel like
all
within
cars have to be.
I feel like
electric.
within the next 5 to 10 years, everyone's gonna have Teslas. Everything's gonna be very like even to the point I have the little robot thing that like sweeps my house or whatever.
The iRobot or whatever.
What's it called?
Or yeah.
But like the robot that cleans your house, and
Yeah.
it's just like my mom's had that shit for years.
I
And
kind
I'm
of
just
want one because like we both clean in here, but I feel like sometimes my girl just cleans to just do it, and
Man.
I'm just like,
don't
what are you doing?
Don't even get me started
Yeah.
on that fucking topic. I will sit here for hours and I'll just get stressed. Yes, but but like the fact that there's just a robot in my living room that just can't periodically is like, you know what I feel like doing? Cleaning kitchen, Coog's fucking living room. Like I just know these niggas are sitting on technology. Like wait,
Yeah.
watch when we just drop this
Yeah.
niggas. So yeah, and I believe in all that shit, bro. I believe in all that shit because it's just like I just don't. I feel like these, especially because I watch Black Mirror. I feel like these niggas are like. I feel like America's high key just be like preparing us, like, yo, this is gonna be a thing soon. Here's a Black Mirror episode.
Nah, it's true.
You know what I mean? Here's a black. And I feel like they low key just watch the tweets, like, oh, niggas think this is cool. Word. Because, bro, I just feel like all the shit that, even to the point where, like, you watch movies from 20 years ago and they predicted things that are happening now, it's just like, nah, these niggas is, bro, this shit's gonna be so.
And then now you have I saw Sound posted something on his
Sound.
story
Shout out to Sound. Yo, he's
shout out to Sound,
supposed to be a
yeah.
dad.
Yeah, he's joining the gang.
I know. I'm so happy for him. It's very rare when someone announces a pregnancy and you're just genuinely happy for them
Nah,
because they're like
facts.
with their girlfriend and it's just like, wow, family shit. So shout out to Sound. I saw him at Cure 2 days ago and I gave him like
Yeah.
the biggest hug.
He's the man, yo.
love
He's a
Sound.
good dude.
He's the nicest. I met his pops, and that
Yeah.
nigga looks exactly. I thought his pops was him. I dropped off a
Yeah.
shirt to his crib, and I was like, "Sound." He turned around and yo, when I say his dad is the nicest person in the world,
Yeah.
like the nicest person in the world, I was like, "See where you get it from." Like they're both just super nice, mad short,
That's
jiggy as
dope.
fuck.
Yeah, blonde.
Nah, not blonde. Definitely not blonde, but like super, definitely the same height.
Yeah.
Definitely like has some crazy kicks on. I thought it was Sound. I was like, yo, and he turned around. I was like, oh, you're definitely
Yeah.
not him. But I was like, you might be though, because they look alike.
He posted some shit about the UK COVID variant being in Rhode Island now.
Wait,
Did you see that?
Nah, what's that?
So there's different versions of COVID coming out now.
Oh yeah, the niggas are dropping like DLC packs.
Bro, it's fucking crazy. So there's one from the UK that's in Rhode Island now. There was like 3 cases
Why,
so
why is
far.
it in Rhode Island? Why are niggas from the UK coming here? What's going on?
That's
here?
what the fuck I'm saying. Stay where you at.
They want us to die, bro.
Shit is crazy. I want to go to a Yankee game soon. I want to do the fucking comedy show with Coog soon. Niggas is coming from the UK fucking shit up.
Want to do it? Yo, what is the best Yankee game you've been to? I've never been to a baseball game. Are they fun in person?
So very fun in person.
Yeah.
A lot more fun in
Really?
person. And that's actually what keeps me like more interested in them when I'm watching them at home, because I feel like I go to the stadiums so often per year that when I'm watching it on TV, it's like I'm there because you do it so often. The best one that I've been to recently is and it wasn't even at Yankee Stadium. It was at Fenway. There was a full blown brawl.
You were at the game?
I was at that game.
Wow.
You remember that recent brawl,
Yeah, of
like the
course.
last brawl?
I haven't watched baseball, but I
it was a
remember
huge deal because like there hasn't been like the rivalry has been dead for mad long.
Yeah, I feel like there's not even the rivalry's not as big as it used to be.
There was a brawl and like, bro, the Yankees won the game too. I was just like, yo, this game that game was dope because it was just like the rivalry was like revamped.
She's a Lakers fan.
Yeah,
She went to the Celtics Lakers game where Rondo got the game winner.
get the fuck out of here.
And that's
Isn't it crazy to like be at those games though that where something like crazy happens and it's on fucking ESPN for like years to come?
it's like that's and she's from California,
Yeah.
so like this was like
Oh, that's dope.
So went to this Laker game, also
Yeah.
like my team's gonna win.
What
It's
part of California? Yeah, nice.
But yeah, no, like I love sports, bro. I think the cool thing about sports is like you never know what the fuck you're gonna go like see.
Sports is kind of essential, and that's why they did everything they could to like keep it going.
I'm telling you, bro. I took COVID serious when niggas was
Yeah.
like no basketball. I was like, yo,
Yeah, nah.
what do you mean? What do you mean like there's no basketball?
I gotta read you an article that I read earlier. That all right, so this was on WPRI. Some move to change breast milk to chest or human milk in effort to be more inclusive. There's a new push by some healthcare professionals to change the term breast milk to chest milk. In the UK, one hospital made international headlines for changing the term to human milk. It's an effort to be more inclusive to transgender and non-binary parents.
These things are always weird for me because it's like outside looking in, I don't see why this is a big deal for them. But if this is truly something that bothers them, OD, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of my answer on everything. It's just like, I don't see why this is a big thing because it's like milk comes from the breast. So it's like, I understand why we call it that.
Exactly.
If it came from someone's stomach, we call it stomach milk.
Scientifically, right now, there's no way for breast milk to come from anywhere other than breasts.
So I just feel like
that's why it's called breast milk.
But I mean, I guess like it's weird. It's one of those things where it's like I can understand why these things are big deals to like the people who it directs to, because it's like you know when like anything like Black Lives Matters happen or anything like anything that happens with black people, I feel like people look at it and be like, this is not of that big of a deal. But as someone who is black, or even anything that happens for you like going on in your life, so it's like I always see these moments and I'm just kind of like, why is this such a big deal? But it's like I'm in the outside looking in. I feel like for the people who like not relate to the people who identify as whatever they identify as, it's like if it's important to them, whatever. If that makes them happy, whatever. I just think but that being said, I just feel like there's so many random things happening. Awesome. It almost feels like everything happening right now is always fanfare.
It is.
You know what I mean? Like I can't even watch like a fucking movie without like people being like there was no trans.
And then that creates pandering, which is annoying.
It's just like, do I really fucking need, like, for example, I'm gonna ask you something that I haven't asked everyone who's seen this movie. Right? There's a scene in Avengers where the last one, you know, I feel like Endgame. With every fucking female character and that's ever appeared in Avengers. There's this one scene where all of them are just like, yeah, we're about to fuck up Thanos. I'm like, the bitch from Guardians of the Galaxy is really gonna fuck up Thanos. Like Scarlet Witch is there. Do we really do we need?
But that's what I'm saying. Like this shit. So that's what I was getting at. Like the question I had literally word for word on my notes was, what do you think of this new culture where we have to be more inclusive? And it's like,
I understand it, especially being like a black person who's fighting for equality.
I get that part,
but I just feel like it's a lot of pandering. It's a lot of like.
That's the only thing I don't get. I feel like
a lot of pandering.
It is like I feel like they do shit like that, right? Like the breast milk shit. I feel like some things are, and I hate to say this, but like some things are like long overdue, like a Black Panther movie, or like people. There's a lot of ignorant people who are like, I didn't get what was the hype behind that movie. Like, it was just a movie. It's like, no, that was a long time.
That was coming. A moment, yeah.
But, and I guess this is where, like, the comedian in me, like, starts talking. And it's like, I actually got into it with somebody who, not got into it, like, they got very triggered and they were just like, they blocked me. And it was just, that's how they get.
It was like a thing, yeah.
So it was like a local comedian in the LGBT community who was like, Dave Chappelle did I think his last big stand-up event on Netflix, Sticks and Stones.
Yep.
They were I shared a video from that. It was like his bit and I think he was talking about the whole transgender thing. I forgot what he was talking about, but I shared it, and they just got so triggered about me sharing it, and they started going off about like how things are, and this was like one of the things they brought up, and I'm just like, bro, like what he was saying about how, I think what he was trying to say in that bit, if you remember it well, was like black people there's a lot of things that black people have gone through, and a lot of things that are a long time coming that like we've been working for mad long, and like the LGBT community, not to say like one needs more than the other or whatever, I feel like they like to like put themselves on like the same level, and in a lot of ways they go through a lot of like abuse and judgment and just like terrible shit. And it's almost on the same level, but it's like a lot of times it's like I feel like they and every single group in the world I feel like can reach OD. Like they can reach for the stars, and it could be ridiculous. But like I just feel like sometimes shit like this is an example. Like that's a reach. Like breast milk doesn't come from anything other than breast. So it's like how much sense does that make?
Again, it's one of those things where it's like I feel both sides. It's like on your end,
I get it.
Why is this like? Yeah. I don't even think this is a conversation. Like I don't even like. I'm not saying that this is a great conversation, but it's more or less like why is this an article? Why did someone feel so strong, and why is there a petition behind it? So it's like, but it's at the end of the day, it's one of those things where it's like,
and it's also just like one of those things, and that's what a lot of these things, this new culture is doing. It's like it's making me kind of sit here and be like, yo, how, for lack of a better word, how 2020, now we're in 2021, right? How 2021-ish is this really, though? Because it's like, you want to change it from breast milk to chest milk. That's fine. Now that's inclusive to you, but now you're taking away from women. Ooh. That's the shit that I think about.
Women, what do you think? It'd be too long of it. Not like, listen, and that's the thing.
But that's like, my shit, though. Like, 2021 and 2020, and I hate to use that. Like I feel like the last couple of years, it's been a lot of things. I'm very appreciative about the last couple of years, but I'm also just like, it's sweet and it's sour sometimes. Like a lot of times, it's like it's shit that's a long time coming and shit that we need to be a little more sensitive about. But then there's shit that it's like, yo, we're doing too much now.
I just feel like there's moments where I read things. For example, like I'm always gonna bring it to like there's a point during like, you know, when all the riots are happening and all the like protests are happening where like bad actors were like, you know what, I'm not gonna voice a black character on TV. And it's like, my nigga, like this is not what the fuck we need. You know what I mean? So there's moments that happened like during this fanfare era where it's like, we're gonna do this to make black people feel better, we're gonna do this to make LGBT. It's just like these things that are happening. I'm just like, as a person who is this person, this doesn't do anything. I
just feel like sometimes like this is one of those scenarios where it's like I feel like
we're in a very sensitive fucking era.
Yeah, that, and like I just feel like the LGBT community sometimes they do things that slap women in the face a little bit. Where it's like women
sometimes shit happens and I'm just kind of like, I feel like with all, and it can apply to LGBT, it can apply to any type of group of people. I feel like sometimes they try to get their message across so fucking hard. They're just like, we're gonna shit on everything else, because they've been shitted on so long. So it's like it's like a wild, it's like a wild like it's kind of like a never ending like attack essentially. It's like, you know, like they'll say what they say and then it's kind of an as opposed to being a conversation, is almost like who can out petty each other sometimes. You know what I mean? It's facts. Like, since you shit on us, we're gonna shit on you back, and we're gonna make you feel bad about it because this is 2021, where you can't say bad shit. You know what I mean?
You know how much like women, you can ask your mom, I can ask my mom. I've seen my BM go through it for the little while that whatever. Women go through so much breastfeeding, or even just like trying to breastfeed and then going through a depression, not being able to breastfeed.
Yeah, postpartum.
So it's like, you're gonna do that, and you're gonna take that away from take that away from women.
And that's the thing. I feel like sometimes, like, and again, it can be any group of people. They do these things where it's just like, yeah, it's uplifting the people that, you know,
but what are you doing to
but it's like you're bringing down another community of people, and it's like, where do we find the happy medium where it's just kind of like, yo, I'm black, you're Dominican, best, though, I respect you, you're gay, I'm straight, you're trans, but like where do we find the happy medium where it's just like I can respect your shit without shitting on it, and vice versa? Because it's like, you talk to anybody that's, You talk to like a wild feminist, they're gonna shit on men, right? Which is like, again, I get it. Like that's kind of like with years of being shitted
like
on as a
another
woman,
example, it's
I get
like
it. But vice versa,
they'll shit on men, but then they'll be like, I don't want like they'll shit on men, but they'll also, for the reasons that they're shitting on that man, they'll want that man to be like, you know, less like masculine or more masculine or whatever, and it's just, bro, it's too much.
It's very nitpicky. It's very, everything feels like everything nowadays, because we're again in this very sensitive era where you can't say things. Everything always feels like more or less like a statement or like a movement or a moment. It's just like, my nigga, like, and also one thing I don't like about everything going on, I only have one complaint. I'm a naturally inquisitive person. So sometimes, like, I ask things and it's like, I feel like people take offense, but it's just like, people need to understand, like, a lot of the things that's going on in this world are very new. You know what I mean? And not new to us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we've been around gays, lesbians, trans for a very long time because we're this new generation. But it's like, there's still questions that even I don't fucking know. And I'm on Twitter, I'm on the social media, I'm very aware. So it's like, I feel like sometimes we're not allowed to ask things without being like patronized. Like, how the fuck don't you know that? It's like, why the fuck would I know that? Why would I know this? Why would I, like, there's so many things that people can identify as that I'm learning, and I want to be very respectful. But it's like, you ask something and they just kind of like, people like assume you're being a dick about it, but it's like, sometimes I just genuinely want to know these things because it's like, I don't want to offend you, but I want to know. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so I think that's the one downside of everything that's going on, like with the way how sensitive things are. You can't ask someone things without them like trying to be like, oh, you're trying to shit on me. It's like, nah, I really, I would like to relate to you. Like, you know what I mean? I don't, not that it ever will fucking happen, but like, if someone would ever be like, what's your opinion on slavery? I'm not going to get fucking offensive. It's like, I'm black. You might really want my perspective. You might really want my perspective on Black Lives Matter. You might really want my perspective on what goes 100%. On in the world. So, and I don't like, if someone white asks me that question, I'm not going to be like, are you trying to patronize me? It's like, sometimes they really want to know. I was like, at work the other day, my boss, he's like a white photographer and he works with a lot of people of color. And sometimes like, I told him about white voice and he was like, what the fuck is that? And like, I feel like at any given moment, someone might have taken offense to that, but it's like, he really doesn't know. And why the fuck would he know that? He doesn't, he's not in this realm of things where like, that's not the things that matter to him. But it's like the fact that he wants to learn about it so he can relate to it, watch what he says is like, can we be mad at people trying to like get smarter, get more knowledge, ask the proper questions without shitting on them? Because you ask anyone anything about something, and something like a lot of the times I've ever asked any question about something that I'm not aware of, like I get shitted on. And it's like, yo, I'm trying to learn so I can not offend. So it's like, that's my only complaint about this world. Like right now, it's like, you can't ask shit without like it coming off offensive. And it's like, nigga, I don't know. And it's like, there's no rule book for this. There's no rule book for this. There's no nothing. So that's my only like complaint. And I feel like it's gonna come off really mean.
Eggshells environment, 100%.
Yeah, we gotta walk on eggshells, and it's like, yo, I don't want to do that. I really like, if you ask me something, I'll answer it to the best of my ability, and that's the only thing I could say. Like,
that's how it should be, though. You should be able to just have conversations, and people should know what lines not to cross. But now it's like there's so many lines.
But I also feel from the vice versa part where, you know, like, there's really like, you know, I be on Twitter and I see these niggas making wild homophobic jokes, and it's like, yo, why does this person bother you so much? So it's like, I can understand the frustration that these people have, where it's just kind of like, I don't feel like explaining myself all the fucking time to ignorant people, because it's like a lot of the people time, like, you know, we have gay friends who are like, who in high school got roasted and blah blah blah, and it's like, you know, like, I have hella friends that are just like, it's like that were gay from day one. And I'm just like, oh, cool as fuck. Like, tell me about, like, it's like, I want to know. I want to understand how this happens. I just want to understand so I can relate. And it's like, but not everyone's like us. Not everyone's very accepting. Not everyone's very like, oh, that's cool. Do your thing. It's like, there's a lot of people who patronize. There's a lot of people, there's people we know personally that will go on Twitter and say some wild shit. It's like, damn, I can't believe you think like that. Yeah. So I can understand why it's kind of like a defense mechanism, low key. You know what I mean? Like, I can't even lie. As a black person, sometimes when I'm in a room with other white people, I'm always like, no, I'm always on edge. So I can understand. So I understand both sides. So I want to know what the happy medium of that's going to be eventually. And like, I don't know what it looks like, but it's like, when we get there, I think people will be a lot more accepting. Like, oh shit, you're trans. Awesome. That's fucking dope. Like, that's it. Like, like, oh, you're this, you're that. Because I meet people, I'm like, yo, I don't give a fuck what you like, bro. If you're a good person, I don't care.
That's
like,
it.
Period.
Yeah.
But it's like, not everyone thinks like that. So it's like, I can understand why people get frustrated, and I can understand why people are on edge. And I can understand why people just like don't want to explain themselves. Because it's like every day when you're out the norm, you feel like you can't dress a specific way or you can't do this because it's like this person might feel away. So it's like I feel both sides.
Mm-hmm. It's funny because like in a lot of ways that happens now and we think it's so brand new, but like culturally it's happened for years in different cultures. Like yo, like shit, I have tattoos around this person or I'm wearing this around this person. They may not like this.
We relate more to other people so much more than we think.
Yeah.
For example, it's like the tattoos thing. There's still like I still can't show my tattoos to very specific people because it's gonna be like the end of the world type shit. So it's like there's very specific things that even we do that's still like to the point where I have my nose pierced and I have gauges and it's like to like Africans, they look at me and they're like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? But I'm like, this is how I express myself. So it's kind of like I know what that feels like. So imagine being so out the norm to your family and the people around you that it's like it's almost like you can't even be yourself. It's like I can understand like people who would live with that frustration and just be like, yo, whenever anyone ever asks them anything, it's like, yo, fuck you, because they're living with they always feel like they're judged. So again, it's a tough thing because it's like I see things and I'm like, nah, these niggas is TN. Like I don't think that if you're a white person playing a black cartoon character, you need to step down. That as a black person, I didn't see that. I was like, wow.
I felt the same exact
Thank
way.
you, thank you, Family Guy, for getting a black Cleveland. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. That isn't. It's a fucking cartoon. Like I care about important shit. So it's like there's a lot of fan behavior. There's a lot of like we're gonna do this to make people feel better. And it's
you
like
know Devon, right?
That's my nigga.
Yeah, he actually told me he ran into you. We on the last podcast we were talking about how like.
He's the best person to ask about this.
Our podcast was really good. I feel like our podcast right here is becoming like what our podcast was. But like we were touching on serious shit too, and like all that type of shit too that was happening during like the George Floyd stuff and like all the terrible shit that was already happening during this like last year. And it's like there was a lot of shit. Like I'm Dominican and Puerto Rican, but like obviously like I'm always sharing shit about like Dominican. There's Dominicans who like deny the fact that they have black roots, and then there's Dominicans like me who's like I've been accepted it, bro, and those other Dominicans are weird, but like at the end of the day we're all black, right?
There's even Cape Verdeans who won't claim that they're African. So it's crazy. When Dominicans be like, nah, I don't think I'm black, I'm like, listen, there's people who are literally from Africa who are just like, nah, I'm not a nigga, and I'm just like, bro, like you were from Africa, like I've seen it, like you were from there. So like
it's like, bro, like I felt the same exact way. Like some of the shit is just, it is pandering. And that's what like Hollywood or whoever it is doesn't see, or like these blogs that felt like, or that they had to like publish something or whatever. It's pieces. Like, yeah, like bro, like you're pandering. You don't realize that a lot of times it's almost like more offensive than what you thought would have been offensive.
Did you see my Target post?
Yes. That was fucking crazy.
But and that's my example of just kind of like, who is this for?
Yeah.
Like as a black person, I don't need to be playing Madden.
But the funny thing
21 is he end racism on the fucking field. Yeah. Like nigga, I'm just playing Madden. Like it's super not that deep.
Yeah, nah.
It's like it's just a lot of fucking pandering, and it's like I get it because everyone, you know what it is, man. Everyone just kind of watching their back because no one wants to say the wrong thing, and no one wants to get canceled, and no one wants to be like R. Kelly, I guess.
But that's what's good about
somehow it always ends up back at R. Kelly.
That's what's good about these things though, is that like I feel like the only people who can't really like never say never, but I feel like the only people who can't get canceled are people like us who do podcasts and shit. Like podcasting is like the last thing in this world where you can realistically like say whatever, because it's just a regular conversation. I think kind of like at the barbershop where it's almost even like getting to that point where like the other day at the barbershop, niggas was getting heated over like somebody telling like this the barber's Puerto Rican. He was cutting this dude's hair and he was like, yo, you have he said something about like his hair, his skin or whatever. And the dude was like, there's no way you're saying that to me right now. And he was just bugging out. And I'm like, bro, is this what the world's coming to? Like, there's no way. Like this, like the nigga's son has the same type of hair and the same. And it's just crazy. Like I do not want the world to get like that. Knock on wood. I think that there's still certain places like barbershops and podcasts and shit where you can still kind of have conversations.
Because if you can't have conversations about these topics, then it's like, when are we ever going to advance?
It's true.
Like if I can't sit down with someone who just like, who's incredibly opposite of me, I feel like not for nothing I can sit with a Trump supporter and have a conversation. You know what I mean? Like I don't look at people who are opposite of me and be like, I can never talk to a nigga as such, because it's like, one, we're human and we might find a common ground, and two, it's like even though if I walk away disagreeing with you, I might understand you more. Because at the end of the day, it's like more than anything, it's like, for example, like religion, right? Like not I'm not gonna sit here and talk religion with people, but it's like, yo, like you can be something and look at another religion and be like, huh, I couldn't do that, but I can report it, respect it, understand it, learn about it, know about it. Like I know, I know so much about her, like her being Muslim, and it's like, oh, am I Muslim? No, but it's like it's cool to know these things. So it's like, and it's like you meet people from other religions. It's like we can have conversations, like, you know what I mean. So it's like, why can't we have conversations about other things without it being a thing, without being in a negative thing? Because it's like, how are we going to learn? Like the conversation is like, oh, niggas are disrespectful and naive and blah blah blah. But it's like when you ask, it's like, nah, chill, that's fucking rude. So it's like, we can't talk about it. If we don't talk about it, we're fucked. But if we do talk about it, we're fucked too. So it's like, again,
it's a double-edged sword
happy
right now,
medium.
yeah.
It's like, what are we going to do to fix that? So. I think the world's sensitive. It is what it is. I think it's only going to get more sensitive, and I think eventually niggas are going to stop being sensitive for like 10 years, and niggas are going to get back to being on some bully time.
So, bro, because I feel like we've been...
Bring back bullying, bro. Straight up.
From like 2016, it's just been like more sensitive.
Bring back bullying. Dead ass.
Yeah.
I've been screaming for 6 years. It builds character. And like when I say bullying, like I'm not saying like, you know, don't be killing niggas because they're like fucking, or like, but like punching a nigga because he's like black. Like when I say bring back bullying, like niggas need to learn how to get roasted again, bro.
Exactly.
I feel like we have tough skin because like, yo, I mean, granted, there's some shit that would like that's been said to me. I'm just like, I can't believe another nigga my age said that to me. But like for real, like as a 25-year-old,
Call of Duty, fucking.
You feel me? I'm like, I can't believe I used to just let white kids just call me nigger and shit on Call of Duty. But it's like, yo, high keto, but it's like, yo, I'm super not sensitive because it's like, nigga, there's some
I
fucking.
Went through that.
There's some rude.
Because I had a fucking 11-year-old kid tell me I was a nigga and then fucking tell me he was gonna rape my mom or some shit. Like, bro.
And it's like that's not cool, and I definitely don't want to bring that aspect back. But it's like that shit builds character, dog. Like words are words, man. Like I feel like sometimes people let other things dictate their day. OD, and I definitely fall under that. Sometimes I'll read something on Twitter and be like, I can't believe someone would fucking think like that, and I'll say it to you, and I'll be like. But I'm like, then why do I give a... But then I'll be like, why do I care? Like, I don't give a fuck. Niggas is dumb. Like, people are stupid. They're going to think what they want. It's just like, you just got to accept it. So I feel like once people start accepting others and just for what it is, and like, you can accept it and just not agree with it. I think, like, I feel like...
We have to reprogram our brains as a society, bro. Not to sound all woke and shit.
That's true.
Really do.
It's true.
We really do.
Niggas just got to mind their business and just let people do it.
Social media and like just... Social media and the media is like I feel like not us, because clearly we're still like woke, for lack of a better word, or like the way we always were. I feel like social media and the media is like has reprogrammed most people's brains into this like cancel culture, sensitive culture.
I don't believe in cancel
like,
culture.
Yeah,
like at all.
I don't either.
I think the only person to be successfully canceled, I get like, who has successfully been canceled, and after this, like. I'll wrap this because like, you're tired, I can tell. But like, who has been successfully canceled? For real, like really sit here and think about this. Because you could argue R. Kelly, we could argue this, but like Peep, I'm gonna look up his monthly Spotify, his monthly Spotify listeners. I guarantee is booming. So it's like, what's canceled look like?
I don't think anybody's really successfully been.
R. Kelly has 4 million monthly listeners still. This is a nigga who hasn't dropped music.
2 of those are me, probably 2 million.
This is a man who hasn't dropped the album since 2016. So you gonna tell me cancel culture exists? Yeah. You gonna tell me cancel culture exists when Doja Cat's still the biggest thing in the world? Where like 6 months ago, niggas like, we can't support her. It's like, bro, that shit don't.
What'd she do?
She was like in these weird chat rooms and basically like letting like white dudes call her like all types of like slurs and shit or whatever.
I believe that.
But she's also like she's half white, so it's like I don't understand why niggas were very shocked that this was Doja. She's fucking weird. Okay. But like I said to say like things happen and people are like, we're gonna cancel them. I'm just like, are you really like R. Kelly did the worst thing you could fucking possibly do essentially, and niggas are still he was on tour as Surviving R. Kelly was out. Like niggas need to understand that this nigga was touring through allegations. So it's like, I don't think cancel culture exists.
Yeah. Before we wrap it up and before we go, because it's been a great 2 hours and we
get to do this again soon.
We do this again soon.
Yeah.
What do you have your fingers in right now? What is Coog up to these days?
So
I mean, about the studio.
So we're running. The Daily No Studios is up and running. So you can definitely book time. I want that to be a community space for like people who see me post it. I definitely want people to understand that, like, hit me, like, I'll work with niggas' budgets. Like, I'm not in this for like the profit, like not paying rent out of pockets tight, but like I want niggas to have a space where they can get creative and get good. Because if it wasn't for the Hit Cities, the Beatbox Studios, the places that let me kind of like get good at what I do, I wouldn't be here. So definitely, like, the studio is a very big part of what's going on. We're dropping Drake shirts really soon. Really fucking soon. For the Culture hoodies, I think we pick up this Friday. So definitely merch, the studio. Right now I'm just kind of gearing up. I'm just waiting for COVID to end, bro. Like, I feel like we're sitting on so many bombs, like, event wise. Having the studio too, a lot of music is gonna be coming from the Daily Note, the freestyle sessions. I think right now, man, like, more than anything, I'm just trying to fall back in love with the Daily Note. And it's like, and I don't say that to say like I ever fell out of love with it, but it's like
the past year definitely.
I definitely feel like I've hit a new stride of like, this is what I want to do. And I feel like, you know, like Louis, this is the best Louis ever writing. This is the best the best merch I'm making, the best marketing I've done. So it's like, I definitely feel like we hit a new confidence level. So I'm excited to, like,
Nah, you've been going in, you've been doing a lot. That's why I asked you
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah. How much, like, with the amount of time you spend on like all this shit, right? And this is a serious question because the thing you notice about on this podcast too is like I'm big on like mental health and stuff. How much sleep do you get?
Yo, I actually got in
average.
trouble. I actually got in trouble once because my she wasn't my boss yet, but my boss Ting, she was like Coog, like, what keeps you up at night? I was like, nigga, I sleep. Like, one thing about me, bro, I sleep. Like, listen to me, my nigga. I am like, yo, bro, like, I believe in hard work. I believe in I understand, like, yo, grinding from fucking 9 a.m. to, but it's like, bro, like, sleeping's important.
Because you work and then you work.
Also,
That's the thing that we have in common.
A lot of our work too, man. A lot of our work is like, yo, like, you know, like, we can. A lot of our work can deadass just be us chilling on the couch, mapping out a podcast in our head, than actually doing it. So like, a lot of work can kind of be therapeutic.
But yeah, 100%. And I can't complain. Like, my job right now, like my job right now is therapeutic in itself. Like, I cut hair, I talk to people, so I'm kind of like I don't stop.
You get what I'm saying? Like, a lot of my job is very like, I kind of get to be around people that I would be around in my real life. You know,
like,
what I mean?
don't. Yeah, so we're the same in that sense. Like, but you know, like we're still nonstop. Like, you know. Right now, I'm taking, like, you know, I'm sure you walk me through your day. Like, for me right now, it's like I try to squeeze in the gym. I try to squeeze in like classes because I want to do IT. Like, the barbering shit. Like, then there's dedicating time to like podcasting and writing for future comedy shows and stuff like that.
And you're a parent, so that plays a huge part.
That too, we can't forget that.
Honestly, man, I think more than anything. Like, because I get what you're saying. Like, our minds are constantly working, but it's like, I just feel like the way that I am, the way that I'm programmed, and maybe it's a good thing or it's a bad thing. It's like, I don't look at it like that. So it's like, it's all I know, dog. You feel me? Like, there's never been a time where I'm just like, wow.
But you make time to get, like, you would
hell
say, like,
yeah, bro.
7 or 8 hours.
Hell yeah, my nigga. Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I don't believe in, like, the second this shit gets stressed, like Drake, when Drake said, like, yo, the second it stops being fun with it, I'm done with it. That's one thing I'm just like, yeah, yup. The second this shit's not fun, I can't do this. Like, the Daily Note, the hosting, the dropping merch, the doing podcasts, like, I love this shit. So it's like, it doesn't feel like work. But, you know, I still definitely get time. Like, yo, I'm low, bro. Like, I be at the, like I told you, I've been watching mad movies.
Homebody, yeah.
I've been, you know, like, especially during COVID. Like, I think COVID is kind of why I think a lot of people got refreshed, because it's like, this is the longest I've been home. So I definitely know I've been outworking myself, but it's like, it's kind of all I know. But I think
you get like you would say like your 7 8 hours.
Hell yeah.
How does Coog start his day?
Chai, blunt, pre-roll rather. Pre-roll, chai. It depends what I have. If I'm working at Cure, I'll wake up at like 9:30, chai, kick one all, maybe watch the episode fresh off the boat, go about my day.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, bro. Like, I super believe in, like, and I think the people around me, like, be so stressed because, like, they take work so seriously. I don't take shit seriously.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I can do the work the way that I do, because it's like, I can put 1 hour and get so much done. So, like, the time when I'm not doing work,
You seem like you follow a pattern, or you try to.
I need a schedule, man. I need a like, even that's why I was like, yo, like, I ended my day early. If you need me to come earlier, I can. You know what I mean? That wasn't even like a rushing you. It was just like, yo, like, I live my day on some, like, yo, that's why I love working. That's why I love even like the schedule I have my son, like weekends I'm with Pete. You know what I mean? I'm very scheduled, so it's like I think that's what keeps me grounded. So it's like I'm always home before a specific time.
Now, those are the three things I preach, bro. As much as we can fail sometimes at all three of them, sleep, following a schedule, following a pattern, and just making sure that like you're doing everything you can. You don't try hard. That's the thing.
That
too.
being said, though, I definitely be doing more. I think this year, like, you know, with me getting like this new full-time job, blah, and having more time to just kind of focus on myself.
Yeah.
As opposed to like doing a trillion things, I definitely want to travel more. I want to like, you know, even like small
But
things.
those are good goals to have, though.
Exactly. Even small things like, you know, I've been like using skincare and like going to like, you know, you've known me for years. I've never been a gym nigga. Like I've been trying to go to the gym like once or twice a week.
But even me, like I'll go in the morning because like you do your chai, you do your morning blunt. Like the gym for me in the morning is like just anything that you could do. I always tell people this all the time. Like anything you could do in the morning to set. Because the morning is like a crucial part to the day. If your morning's fucked up, the rest of your day's fucked up.
Nah, dead ass, and that's kind of why I think the waking up, doing the chai, smoking, fucking having an hour before work, just being
like
able
you've
to
known
just,
me my whole life. You've seen me fluctuate weight. Like I've never gone to the gym to try to be like the rip nigga. Like if I see results, that's great. But I go to the gym just to like feel good. Most of the time in the morning. If I miss it at night, whatever. At least I went in the morning. I started off my day right.
Yeah, you've always been like. Yeah. I think again, I feel like we find things that's therapeutic for us.
Yeah,
and I feel like the gym might be that for you. The gym definitely isn't that for me yet, but it's like it's something that I want to put into my schedule because it's like.
But the important thing is though that you have that though. Yeah. You have your thing. Like you sound like you sleeping a little bit, which is awesome. When you don't have pee, I'm sure.
Sleeping's tight, man. I think I'm not cut from this cloth of like, yo, you get 3 hours up at 5.
You
like,
sleep when you die, like
nah,
nigga, no,
like nigga, no, bro, like nigga,
and
no.
I'll sleep when I die.
Like,
too.
I'll sleep then too, but it's like, bro, like you should sleep. Like more than anything, like you can tell when someone's not sleeping. Like you should sleep.
I've never understood niggas like them niggas who like I work OD. I don't have time to sleep. I don't have time to sleep. Like nigga, I'm making time to
It's
sleep.
like, bro, it's important. Like it's like it's like drinking water. Like you need sleep.
Yeah.
If you don't sleep, you'll fucking be cranky and then you'll fuck everything up and then you'll suck at the job that you do and you'll suck in school. It's like, bro, sleep. That's like more than anything. Like, if you're not gonna if you have no vices, if you don't smoke, you don't drink, blah blah, at least sleep. At least sleep. Fucking like yoga, like whatever the fuck it is that gets your mind stimulated. Like I feel like things stimulate me very differently. You know what I mean? Like I like reading things. I like listening to music. I like whatever your thing is that keeps you stimulated. Do the thing because it's like that's gonna be the one thing that, at least for the hour that you do it, takes your mind off whatever the other bullshit that's going on.
Facts.
So I think that's the important thing. I think finding what works for you. And I think as I get older, I find things that work for me. You know what I mean? Like. Maybe next year my routine might be fucking differently. Maybe I'm gonna be like, yo, I be in the gym at 6 a.m. Whatever works for you works.
We always have to rewire, bro.
Absolutely. So it's like I definitely let's sleep, be around friends more. You know what I mean? Like definitely like don't. I think the biggest thing people seem to forget to do, especially at our age, because we're so used to being on the go. Enjoy yourself, man. Like for real, like enjoy yourself. Take the time to link with people. Take the time to call people. Take the time to fucking just travel. And by traveling, I don't mean you don't have to go to Jamaica. Like even if it's traveling to just back to New York, fucking to Austin, so wherever makes you happy, just do those things because it's like those are the things that make life worth it.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of why like I don't mind working hard because when I finally get the chance to just kick back and play 2K for 2 hours, that's my downtime and I feel better about myself. You know what I mean? So it's like I think everyone has different things, but it's like I sleep. More important, like I sleep. You will never hear me being like, nah. Like last night I went to bed at 5 a.m. and it's stressing me out.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Because I'm just like, damn, I didn't get my hours in, but I don't work tomorrow, so I can sleep in. So it's
sleep in, bro.
Nah, bro.
Take, smoke a good fatty, maybe pop a pill. I don't know, whatever gets you going.
I'm not on a pill. I'm not on a pill. Yeah, Z-Quil made. Yeah, she
like prescribed.
All these a pill. I'm like, I'm not there yet.
I can say that because like the doctor prescribes me shit that other people will pop illegally, but I can pop it legally and be like, yo, I'm popping a pill tonight. And people look at me like, what? And I'll be like, my doctor gave it to me.
Man, listen. Like if you out here not sleeping and your work may represent it, get some sleep.
Exactly. Yo, we're gonna have a fucking podcast soon about sleeping, all about sleeping.
Yo, just be comfortable, dog.
Sleeping with Coog. That makes you sound like a whore. Never mind.
Yeah, nah. But I will tell niggas definitely get their sleep in for sure. Like for real.
Bro, I appreciate you, man.
Bro, I love you, bro. I love doing these things, and I can't wait to do our part.
Facts.
I feel it's crazy because we did not interview each other at all.
We didn't. We just talked.
For the niggas who are
that's
gonna
what
listen
Jimmy's
to,
Diner is.
Nah, I know, but for the niggas who are gonna listen to, be like, yo, who's Coog? Or like for you, be like, oh, who's Jim? They know nothing about us, and that's what the next conversation is gonna be.
Good.
And I knew this was gonna be that. That's why I was like, let's just do two parts.
That's fine, but this is the chill. This is the chill. This is what the diner's all about. So.
Nah, this is fun. I'm so happy I finally got to come on the show.
Why are you laughing? Because I said this is what the diner's all about. That's gonna be a T-shirt now. Nah, but that's what Jimmy Diner is to me, bro. It's just like a classic. Like to me, it was just like the name change was just like it's like a New York diner. Everything that I picture about a New York diner, and like just walking in there, whether you hear somebody else talking or you're going in there with your own conversation, like.
Oh, by the way, shout out to PJ because PJ's always saying your episodes.
Yeah,
he's always texting me like, "Yo, Jimmy's so funny. When are you gonna go on?"
PJ.
So
he's gonna be on soon for sure.
Yo, PJ's mad funny.
Yeah,
I don't think people know how funny.
That's the thing too. Like, I just have whoever the fuck I want on. It's never anybody.
This is the fun thing about doing your own content.
Yeah,
like sometimes a nigga really just want to talk to my boy. That's it. Like you don't have to be the biggest rapper in the world or have the coolest. Sometimes a nigga just want to kick it with someone and catch up. And since we're adults, sometimes I use this as an excuse to see my friends.
Exactly.
Most of my podcasts, when I invite people over, it's you typically because like one, you're my nigga, but two, you're doing some cool shit. But it's like this is our chance to catch up in our 20s because we don't have time to chill every day. This is fun. I had a really good time.
Thank you, brother. I feel the same way. I'll be on Kicking It soon.
This weekend, you're bringing machine. We're gonna do this.
Yes, sir. All right.
This was fun. This was long. This was fun.
Let me hit the music. Yeah, 2 hours. People gonna love it.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fucking great.
Oh man, my back. Name is Jimmy.